From downtown, this is Tim Kitzer from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, there is another Direct incoming this Friday. Plus, is Star Wars Outlaws the best-looking game on Switch?
I found a different view.
I'm pretty much your uncle who works for Nintendo.
NintenDomain Podcast, episode 488. Your place to hear Nintendo fans talk about predictions for the Direct it's like the first Direct that's fallen on a Friday in a long time. Feels like. I don't know if any of them ever have for this Friday one. So stay tuned for that. But we are your hosts. I'm Trey Nashida Thief Pants Johnson.
I'm Jeremy, last before Japan and Thailand, Mikowski.
I'm John has entered the building knitter.
This is So you're not... I thought you were leaving on the weekend, like next week.
Leave next Wednesday.
Oh, shit. Okay. I thought we'd have you for one more episode.
Nope.
Because I
This
think...
is it. Make the most of it.
Yeah.
Get all the Jeremy you can.
Yeah, I thought last week you said you were leaving on like the 20th or something, but I guess
Nope.
not.
We're leaving on the 18th.
Okay.
You'll be returning when?
But like early.
Yeah. So you're
How
not...
long are you on for again? You said 3 weeks?
18 days, I think. 17, 18 days.
When do you come back?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Math. Sometime in early October.
The Tokyo Game Show is happening like the 25th through the 27th, and it's open to the public. I don't know if you'll be in Tokyo still then.
I don't either.
But if you wanna,
It might be.
if you wanna go there, apparently
Somebody get us some scoops.
there's different days, but yeah, apparently anybody can go. Like for the last 2 days or whatever. It's falling on the time that you were there. You could go there. It'd be cool. So yeah, we're gonna get to our predictions for the thing eventually. But since John was not here last week, why don't you go and tell us about your adventures in the land of Seattle?
Yeah. So I went to Seattle last week. I was there for about 5 days. I was there for my cousin's wedding, which was really nice. But a couple other things I got to see. Chief among them, I went to Nintendo of America.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw a picture of you standing in front of the sign, as you said you would.
I did.
Did you get to go in at all, or you just
I did.
took a picture of it?
I did. I went inside. Yeah. So basically, as soon as I got to Seattle, as soon as the plane landed, I'd figured out that, with all the coordination, the wedding and everything, and then just, our different, locations and places that we were going to be, it just worked out that the very best time for me to go and do this was first thing when I landed at Seattle. So I was going with my parents and then my sister and her husband as well. And I knew that none of them would be interested in going to do this. And I wanted all the time, that I wanted. I wanted to take my time there. I didn't want to be rushed along. So I said, I have to get there before everybody else gets there by a couple hours. So I can just do this and relax and take my own time, So I got there. I landed in the city around 8:30 a.m. I did an overnight flight. Yeah. So just bleary-eyed and carrying all my luggage from the airport, I got onto the bus and rode the bus to Redmond, which was about a half hour, maybe 40-minute ride. If you're driving, it's it's like a 16-minute ride, says Google, from the airport to Nintendo. That was the other thing. It was Nintendo is right by the airport, so I either had to go first thing or I had to go last thing, and that was that. So first thing it was. So yeah, I carried all my stuff onto the bus and You know, got off. It was interesting as I got off the bus. It was pretty. It's a little out there in terms of like there's not a whole lot around. It was just the freeway. Me walking across the freeway, across the bridge with my suitcase in tow and all that, and just following Google Maps in the direction of Nintendo. All the way, I was like looking, like, is that Nintendo? Is that Nintendo? That thing over there? Oh, what's that? Is that Nintendo? It's actually like, is it interesting the location that they chose for their office, because it's just off the freeway, but there's like, if you ever been to, if you've both been to Seattle or no?
I have.
No.
You've been to. Okay, so Jeremy, you know that there's just like pine trees like everywhere, like humongous, pine trees. It was my first time there, so that was a major impression, to seeing all these trees everywhere. And then not only are they like huge and tall,
aren't sequoias like a type of pine? They're like a conifer, aren't they?
I think they're different. I mean, sequoias, my impression is they're like humongous, thick trunks, all that stuff. These were like
right.
The dominant tree in the neighborhood is very tall and rather thin, and then all the trees, the other thing is that they're all like really close together. They're almost like, if you pull back a little bit, it looks like blades of grass along the mountains, but they're just that close together. So alongside the freeway is just yet another pocket of trees and all that, and then I'm walking toward that pocket of trees, and then there through the trunks, I see one tiny little sign that says, property of Nintendo on it. It's like,
really,
I saw a part of the parking lot first, and that was the first of many signs that I saw, such as that. There was all over. They have property of Nintendo, private property, all that, and as nice words as they could possibly say. It was like, we see you, fanboys. We see you coming. We're trying to do business here.
Fuck off. No pictures.
They just had these little signs all over. So that was really the first thing I saw. And then I actually came around the back way, as I discovered, because there was a Nintendo sign that I saw was not the one that everybody sees. It was like made of like stone, and like had a bunch of flowers around it. It wasn't the red Nintendo sign. It was just like, cobbled together with stone and all that. And so I'd never seen that sign in pictures before, but I sent you guys a picture of that one too. I was like, my first thought was, they changed the sign, but I came to find out that I was actually like at the back of Nintendo, because there's two main buildings, and the one that I first encountered was not like the main office headquarters. I think I saw Nintendo EAD was the sign there, and so from there I just decided, I'm gonna walk around the whole thing. I got 5 hours, before anybody else gets here, so I'm gonna take my sweet time. And I just walked around and, again, dragged my suitcase. And strategically, that morning I wore my E3 shirt because I just wanted to wear a shirt that looked the most like I blended in. Like, I knew that I was going to have my suitcase and everything. I just, I wanted to just try to sneak my way in there as best as I could. So I thought that was the shirt that said, "Oh, this guy might possibly work for the company, or maybe he's visiting from an indie developer or something." And as I'm walking along there, I just notice, a few people here and there with the red Nintendo lanyards, and then more. And then there's just like, as I got closer to the main headquarters, that's just like, there's lots of people walking around that obviously work for Nintendo. They're wearing the red lanyards and all that. And I'm trying my best not to like really, really draw attention, yet I have my suitcase. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I was trying to be cool about it. And let me give you just an impression of like the main building. I mean, it looks like a really nice place to work. It's like what you picture when you picture like Silicon Valley tech. It looks like one of those places, but like I would say more fun, obviously. Like the red is all over. I think they painted the main sign, they painted it red pretty recently, like a year or two ago. It used to be gray or white in the Wii era. Now it's bright Nintendo red. And as I'm walking up toward the main building, the first thing I see on my left is a tennis court, and like I think there's a basketball court back there too, which I've heard, but I couldn't quite see it clearly. Um, and there's lots of people just walking around, like having what you'd call walk and talk meetings. Like lots of people just obviously in the middle of working on something with the group, but they're just out moving, getting some exercise as they're doing it. You know, and so it felt like for a moment like I was like a part of a little something. Whatever buzz was going on there. I'm sure there's buzz going on every day, but it felt like I was sort of walking among it. It was just very cool.
You didn't go stand like sort of close, and you're like, "What? What was that? What was that about Kirby Air Rider?"
I peeked in the window and actually saw Friday's Direct in its entirety. I was hiding in the bush. I was just watching it, so I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But I'm 100% on my bingo card.
Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of I don't know, just what outlandish thing you could say. It's gonna have a full 3D remake of Mother 3. You saw it there. It's real.
Is.
It's happening. Fully 3D remade. Next gen graphics, ray tracing, everything. It's exciting.
I can't say anything because they caught me and they made me sign an NDA, and I will lose fingers. So as I'm walking by, I'm like, do I want to go in? I was like, I don't know. I don't want to disturb these people. I want to maintain a respectful distance. And also, the worst thing for me would be to get a slap on the wrist from my favorite company. That would just like be a permanent stain on my conscience. So I walked past and just went around and saw the whole thing, and then I just kind of took a break because I was on no sleep and I just came from the airport and all that. I walked around. Microsoft is in the same area, which I'm sure you guys know. It's Nintendo and Microsoft. They're together in this little pocket of the woods, which you might call it a business park, but it's different than that. It's just like it's literally like they have their own little corner of the woods that they've carved out some space for these major corporations, and a 7-Eleven. There's a 7-Eleven there too. And so I just took a break and sat out front and started to think about what I want to do. How long do I want to stay? And then I was sitting there. I was like, man, again, I got that feeling, like the same feeling that I got when I went to E3. I was remembering seeing IJ Inuma. I was like, I gotta shake his hand. I went up and shook his hand and everything. All that. I was always glad that I did that. So I was like, if I don't try to go in Nintendo and I'm here, I'm always going to regret it. So I got to try. So after sitting down for half hour or so.
I'd be afraid of what are you going to, somebody's going to ask you, like, why are you there? Like, what,
Well, that's the thing is I came up with an angle. My angle was dumb tourist.
You need an idea or you need something to say.
That's exactly what I said.
Don't just come in and they're like, well, what do you want? It's like, I don't know. I just want to see what it looks like in here or something.
So I said to myself, I'm going to ask if they have a visitor center. I know they don't have a visitor center or a gift shop. I knew that, of course, but that was my end. So I went in, and I forgot to mention, I'd already taken a picture by the sign at this point, so I was a little concerned about like, oh, you again, drawing attention that way. But I decided I'm going to go in. I'm only going to go in for less than a minute and be out, and that's that. So I went in. I could see some people in there, like as I was approaching the door, just kind of looking at me again, a little odd because I was carrying the suitcase still, my big giant suitcase. Opened the door, went inside, just walked up to the front desk, and I just said just that. I said, I'm looking for. Do you guys have? I said, I'm just a fan. I was trying to be like very kind and very gracious. Excuse me. I'm just a fan, and I'm just here wondering if you guys have like a gift shop or a visitor center or something. And the guy working at the counter, very nice, young guy, probably mid-20s or so. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't have anything like that, really. And I said, yeah, okay, well, thank you. And I said, I appreciate you and keep doing what you do. So that was it. So I turned around and walked out. I do kind of regret not taking a beat to just like look around and drink it in a little bit more, because I can't honestly say that I remember a whole lot of what I saw in there. Other than that, I saw to my left there was a giant TV playing a trailer from Donkey Kong Bonanza, and some couches so people would sit and relax, wait, whatever they wanted to do. And then there was a giant piranha plant, like a giant,
Cool.
I don't know if it was plastic or what, but sculpture of a piranha plant, huge, probably 6.5, maybe 7 feet tall. And then lots of people who were just, again, walking around looking like they were busy because they were at work, you know. But that was it. So I turned around and walked out, and I got a better picture because my first picture was not that great in front of the sign, and that was it. So that was my experience going to Nintendo. And I felt like, cool. That was, that was all worth it. So it was cool. Just something checked off the list. I've been in the building and breathed Nintendo air, and was in the same space as Miyamoto and Iwata have surely been before and all that. So that was cool.
Could have tried the old can I use the bathroom sort of thing. see
I
if they'll get you past the front gate or whatever.
Yeah. So I felt like I didn't interrupt anybody or overstay my welcome or non-welcome, as it were. Yeah, I was satisfied with the whole thing. So I left feeling like, yeah, mission accomplished, cool. And from there, I decided, well, I got a couple of hours to kill still. Maybe I'll try and check out the game stores. And of course, the one that came to mind was Pink Gorilla. So I went to one of the Pink Gorillas. There's 3 of them in the downtown Seattle area.
Yeah, I think that's where they started. Or no, they started in Portland, didn't they?
Maybe, I don't know.
But
I went to the one furthest north because that was closest on the way to my hotel. And yeah, I didn't see anything that caught my eye, but it was a nice store, well put together and some cool stuff there. And I think I heard Kelsey in the back. I didn't see her, but I heard her. She's the one who's always on YouTube and all that stuff.
You didn't wait around to find out for sure?
No.
I guess they're never going to come out the back. Then
I saw her at Portland Retro, back 2017 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Well, she had a booth, like a Pink Gorilla booth, and I was like, I went up and was looking at stuff. I'm like, I could say, I don't know what I'll say. So I didn't say nothing.
I've seen you on the YouTubes.
Yep. But I did see a copy of a game that Trey has talked about a lot on the show, Anticipation for the NES.
Yeah. That one was actually on my. That was a possibility for the NintenDomain UFO 51 or the NDP.
I was wondering if you were going to throw it on
UFO
there.
51. It was a possibility, but I
guess
ended up not using it.
It's not on there now.
Yeah, I finished that episode. You can get it now at patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. But yeah, I thought about putting that game on there because that was the first game I actually beat, which doesn't really, the first time I saw credits, because you can play through the whole game, by yourself against a computer, and once you play a few rounds of the game, you have all the Pictionary memorized. So I figured that out when I was a kid, that it was an easy game to beat, and I just wanted to beat a game and play a game I could win, and that was that one. It was Anticipation. So I played that one single player, and got all the way to the end. There was levels that you'd go up, and then eventually you could get all the way to the top. I saw that it's worth a lot of money. I'm sure. I think it was selling for $10 or something, right, on your picture. I don't remember. It wasn't. I think
it was $5 actually.
Yeah. I was giving it a little more credit, but yeah. Whatever. Yeah, no, it'd be funny if it was a whole lot of money now. I'm like, really? Anticipation? Nobody cares about that game, except for me.
Well, yes, I didn't pick up anything from the store, but after that, met up with my parents, my sister, and her husband, and we all went to dinner with my cousin, who was the one getting married. It was nice to get some time to just hang out and have dinner before she was busy with the wedding and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's nice. It's nice that you actually get to see them, because
yeah,
I've been to a lot of weddings where everybody's just so fucking busy that you don't get to hang out.
Right. Yeah, the bride and groom are busy,
especially if you're not directly involved with the wedding or whatever. People are just so busy that you'll see them for a second or whatever.
Yeah. So the next day, we were driving up to the mountains because the actual wedding was in the mountains. And I'm driving in the car with my dad, and I'm looking out the window, and I look out the window. I see a sign that says Twin Peaks Bar, 5 miles or whatever. And I was like, Twin Peaks. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize, but I was going right by where they filmed Twin Peaks, and that's where we were going to stay. Is like just outside of that town. It didn't even dawn on me until I saw that sign. So that's when I say that first picture of the map showing where it was. We didn't have any plans to go to the Twin Peaks town. In fact, funny enough, so there's 2 shows that were notably filmed up there in the same area. One was Northern Exposure, the other was Twin Peaks. And
yeah, Northern Exposure was a Cheers. Wait, what's it, a Cheers spinoff? Maybe not.
I don't
not a Cheers spinoff, but
That was Frasier.
I'm thinking of Wings.
I mean, I know you know that, but
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, my mom used to watch Northern Exposure like crazy. Like, I bought her some of those DVDs that came in the coats. Like, they came in these little puffy coats, if you remember back in the day. They had, had little zippers on them, and yeah, they were cool
I
packaging.
remember that.
Yeah, back in the heyday of DVDs.
Back when we put clothes on our DVDs.
Yeah, when the DVDs weren't naked, they were wearing coats and stuff.
So we were actually gonna, our initial plan, that my aunt had planned out, because my aunt is the one who lives in Seattle, was kind of guiding the whole trip and all that. She wanted to take us to Roslyn, which is the town where they filmed Northern Exposure, and for whatever reason, last minute she said, "Well, actually, let's go to North Bend instead." And I looked on the map, and that's the Twin Peaks town, North Bend. So I was way more excited to go see that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, are you like a Twin Peaks fan at all? Did you ever watch it, John?
I'd watched the show. I'd watched a couple of episodes. I'd watched maybe 5 episodes before.
I feel like people that went to Columbia like David Lynch for some reason.
Oh, it wasn't required. It wasn't required or anything. I just it was I mean, I had watched David Lynch stuff before I got there, but no, I mean, Twin Peaks. It's probably the only. I think it's the show I've seen the most all the way through from beginning to end, like the most times. I was just curious how much you had seen it,
At that point,
how familiar with the things, because I showed Jess that picture that you sent, and I was like, look at this, what is this? Of the Double R Diner, and it took him like a couple seconds to pick it out, but yeah, it was like. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I know that. I've seen that before. And I was like, oh no, it's the fucking Double R.
Yeah. So no, I'd seen like 5 episodes of the show. I think about 5 episodes, and so I mean, I liked it. It's just for me, it's hard to get into like any show if I don't just pick up steam on it, and it's easy to lose steam, I guess. Not that I didn't like. I liked the show. I just hadn't seen all the episodes,
even though it influenced like every other show. No, it's kind of Twin Peaks.
Especially I Love Lucy.
Twin Peaks is like is one of those things. It has its ups and downs, especially like in the second season. But
it's got its peaks and its valleys.
But it's got some real great stuff. But yeah, like any most shows that came out later that weren't black and white were influenced by Twin Peaks, like the X-Files and Buffy, and like anything after that like has a hint of Twin Peaks.
I was a big Lost fan, and I know that was very influenced by Twin Peaks.
Yep.
Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives was super Twin Peaks. The first season was Kyle MacLachlan was in it too, so it got even more Twin Peaksy.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the first couple of seasons of that show because it reminded me a lot of Twin Peaks.
There was an episode of The Simpsons that seemed very Twin Peaks. I remember.
Yeah, they have a few Twin Peaks episodes on The Simpsons too. Like the Who Shot Mr. Burns has like a Twin Peaks dream sequence in it, and then there's like another one where they flash back to the 90s where Homer's watching Twin Peaks on the TV. Like there's been references to it on the cartoon.
So my aunt, as I said, she changed the plans. She said, "Oh, we're going to North Bend. We're going to check out the falls." I said, "The falls." That immediately brought to mind the shot from the TV show of the lodge and all that.
Boom,
So
boom, boom, boom,
I double checked and
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's my alarm clock. Ever since David Lynch died, I changed my alarm clock's song to the opening to Twin Peaks.
I do love the theme song. Like it's so different from.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have like Apple Music or Spotify or whatever? You could throw on the Angelo Badalamenti soundtrack and just rock that the whole time you're there.
it's so unexpected. What I love about the soundtrack or the score to the show is that you hear about Twin Peaks and you hear it's going to be like creepy, what a otherworldly type of show, and then this soundtrack is just kind of like so low key and different from what you expect, but still fits the vibe that the show is going for so well.
Yeah, the songs kind of go all over the place, and they. I remember a friend of mine. He said that he hated the show because they only have like 2 songs, because you hear like so many songs over and over again. Which yeah, I mean you could I could see points for that, but they have specific vibes, like they play songs for for like hanging out or like for upbeat stuff, and they have like their more darker songs, and they have different themes that kind of go,
like
they go through the whole thing.
Vibes, yeah.
There's different themes for each of them, but I think that's a stellar soundtrack.
Well, so
I'm still trying to figure out who killed Laura Palmer.
Yeah, me too. I don't believe what they said. It was not that one guy. I mean, it was the owls, really. I was going to make a joke about that while you were there. I was like, look out for those owls. They might get you. I don't know if you get that one. That's second season.
I don't get that.
The owls are not what they seem, is what they say a lot. They're the ones who carry who carried the spirit of Bob, I think. So look out. They're going to come for you.
Oh, no.
Then you'll have to go back
when
to
I
high
understand
school.
that.
Oh, wait, no, that's not the same person.
Well, so my aunt said we're going to the falls, and I checked the destination that she sent us, and it was the Salish Lodge, which, of course, was the great Northern on the show. Yeah, so I got to take a picture, which was pretty much from the angle that the opening shot is of the Great Northern. We didn't go inside. There wasn't time. We were meeting up with the whole group and everything, and so I just kind of had to go with the flow. And pretty much it was, I could influence the group to go into the lodge, or I could influence the group to go back to the diner. And I knew I was going to have an easier time doing that because everybody was getting hungry. So I was like, yeah, let's go to the diner.
Yeah, the diner's probably better, from what I saw.
Yeah.
From what I saw from your pictures. There's a lot of stuff there.
And so that's what we did was we went back to the diner, Tweed's Cafe, and it was cool. I remembered it from what I'd seen of the show years back, and it looked just like the same thing. And however they've kept it up. They kept it up to look exactly like it is on the show. I don't know if that was like if they had dressed the diner up during the show, and I think I kind of heard that the diner reverted back to however it was, but then later on they decided to lean into the Twin Peaks
fandom.
Fandom and all that. So we went there, and it was pretty busy. We had to wait about 20 minutes, so we said, let's go to the bar next door. So we went to next door is the Twin Peaks bar, which I don't know if that ever features on the show, or if that's just something that came up.
I mean, it's not the Bang Bang bar, right? I don't know if that one really.
It's actually called. It's named the Twin Peaks bar.
Oh,
that's
okay.
What it's called
because the bar that they go to in the show.
It's called Two-Eyed Steve's.
Where they have where it has like a gun on the outside, like it's like a gun neon thing that says Bang Bang. I always call it the Bang Bang bar, but it
didn't have anything like that.
That's where all the bands play. Like in the third season and the new stuff, they really don't.
9 Inch Nails.
Like they're in it, but they really don't have endings to each episode, so they just basically have a band play at the Bang Bang bar, and that's where they show, and then they'll show the credits, because I think you're supposed to view it as like a 12-hour movie. And it doesn't really have endings to the episodes. So they always go there and a band will play there and then they'll play the credits over it.
You're supposed to drink the best damn coffee or whatever it is.
Yeah. I was, I saw the menu. I was upset that Garmin Bonzia wasn't there. Like the pain and suffering that the man from another place eats in the movie. Like they should serve that to you. I always thought it kind of looked like cream corn. So they could just put cream corn in a cup and call it that. So there you go.
Twin Peaks theme park needs to happen.
Yeah, I'd like to ride through the electric socket like Cal McLaughlin did in the third season. Make that a ride.
I just want to visit the mill before it burns down.
Yeah,
I didn't get to visit that though.
It's probably not there anymore.
Have you guys ever had pickle vodka?
Oh yeah, pickle vodka's great.
Yeah, so that was my first time having that at the bar. There was a lady who made her own.
Was it infused?
Vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just she made it in the jar. It wasn't like an official drink or whatever. It was just sitting in the jar.
It wasn't like Burnett's pickle or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you just had it straight up? Because I've had
Was it like a pickleback but with vodka instead of whiskey?
I mean, what I saw was a jar with pickles in it and
So it was
presumably
infused.
vodka
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
and some jalapenos. Yeah, but it was really, really good. And we all asked like for the recipe. She wouldn't give us the recipe.
Because I've seen a lot of, because I like,
Spoiler, it's pickles and vodka.
as you know, I'm a huge fan of Bloody Marys, but I've seen places where they make Bloody Marys with like pickle flavored vodka, which is cool. So
I know you guys gave me that pickle beer before.
I've had it
which I
like
liked.
that, but I haven't had it like just by itself. But whenever I make Bloody Marys, I make them with pickle juice also. So I mean,
So yeah, we waited 20 minutes and went over to the cafe. I got to tell you what I got. I got a corned beef sandwich, and the sandwiches there were huge. By the way, they're like the kind of sandwiches where you have to figure out how to get your mouth around them.
So it's like a Cat's Deli thing.
I'm not familiar with that, but maybe they were super thick like that. Really satisfying. Everybody agreed the food was great. It wasn't just like a cool restaurant. Go to it because it's Twin Peaks or whatever. You could go there not knowing the connection, and you'd be totally satisfied. It was really good food. But then, of course, I got the cherry pie and the black coffee, the best, best damn coffee, all that, which wasn't said on the menu. After that, I just kind of went around, took photos of the diner, which I sent you guys, and I got you guys something.
What?
Yes,
You shouldn't have.
I should have.
I hope you didn't
Got
get
you
me any
guys.
coffee.
No coffee. That doesn't send well in the mail.
I hope I get to go back to high school.
So I got you guys
No.
both one of each of these. I got you a greetings from Tweed's Cafe with the log
Oh, that's
lady
so
on
cool.
Oh,
Log
cool,
Lady.
Yeah.
I love
Yep.
Log Lady.
She's dead too.
I know, but she's so cool.
Yeah, she has like her last. I mean, she practically dies like in season 3. Like they do a scene with her when she was, pretty close to dying. I just thought it was really cool that, that she got. I mean, obviously, David Lynch wanted to get everybody in there
Yeah.
at some point, and her scene was really.
There were some posthumous scenes for sure.
Her scene was really really powerful. I thought,
There was another
Especially-
guy too, right?
especially
Can't remember his
after,
name.
Yeah.
especially after knowing that she died like pretty quickly.
There was a
after
photo of there was a photo of her there. They had a little stand like if you can picture like you might see at a diner that displays like Danishes and stuff, but with a bunch of memorials and mementos from the show. And one of them was a photo of her that was signed, and yeah, a bunch of stuff like that. But real quick, the other thing I got you guys these Tweeds Cafe magnets.
Oh,
Whoa.
awesome!
Oh, we love those magnets.
Yeah, those are badass.
Oh yeah, let's go next to my Serendipity Cafe spoon.
I put it next to that Star Trek magnet that I got at Disc Replay in Michigan.
Now,
Something about putting it near Serendipity seems right.
trippy looking bags that they gave.
Whoa,
No, cool. Like
that's fucking with the camera when you do
the
that.
carpet. Yeah.
Yep. So I'll get those to you guys soon.
Oh, we appreciate it,
Yeah,
especially me.
Send it to wherever they're staying in Japan. Like have it go to
Don't do that.
to your hotel or Airbnb or wherever you're at.
So then
Send
from
it-
there,
Yeah, go, never mind.
from there on the way home, I was like, well, I got so many hours. I got to the airport super early on the way back. I was at the airport for like 8 hours, just sitting there. So, of course, I looked it up, and the show was on iTunes, and I got the first season for $10, and that's what I watched on my way back. One of the things that I watched.
Well, you can buy stuff on iTunes still.
It kind of, I mean, I know you're not really into like having streaming services, but Twin Peaks is on like 6 different streaming services. Like it's pretty easy to find. It's on like Netflix and Hulu, and
That's
I
true.
think
but I
it's
was
on
at
I think it's on like Paramount too. Like I think it's on like every
Yeah.
single streaming service.
But you had it for
I
the
know that.
flight where you didn't need.
I was on the airport.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on the plane.
Oh, you-
I
oh,
needed something to watch.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you downloaded it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were in the red room in the sky.
Which you can do that too
That's
through
right.
streaming services, but it's
It
pretty.
was there, and it was $10. So, yep, got that. And yeah, I'm again about 5 episodes deep, so I'm right back to
That
where I left off.
I think that first season is only like 8 episodes or something like that. It's
True.
It's super short. It was like I remember I watched. I got the DVD whenever it got on DVD. While we were in college and all that. And the second season took forever to come out on DVD. So
It's a lot more DVDs.
So I used to rent like VHS tapes from Earwax Video, which was a restaurant in Wicker Park, which had a rental store in the basement. And I watched a whole bunch of...
It was right by the note.
Yeah, I watched a whole bunch of second season stuff. And I had forgotten like what was first season, what was second season. Because I think that first half, was pretty... all kind of blended together with the first season. Before they get weird and Nadine goes back to high school and all that, which Jeremy had referenced a couple times. But, it's... I don't know. It's... Like I said, it's really strong for a while. I think it's really, really strong until you find out who killed Laura, and then it kind of falls apart after that. Which supposedly the like NBC like forced him to do that, like or forced them to come out with because I don't think David Lynch was ever going to tell you. I think he just wanted you to keep guessing through the whole thing. Yeah, they were pushed on that to do it sooner than they actually wanted to. So it was. I don't think that was the original.
No,
plan.
we'll renew it for a second season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the killer wasn't revealed until the second season.
That's right.
Until like halfway through the second season. But yeah, no, I mean, I think that first season is awesome. Like it was, I think I watched it like over like a day or something. I mean, also this was back in the day with no internet or whatever. But I think
I watched it with you in basically one sitting, maybe two sittings.
Yeah, I definitely showed it to you. I remember we watched a bunch of them, and yeah, because I was like, you got to see this show. And I mean, it came with the hour and a half pilot too, right?
Yep.
Because some collections don't have that, which I think that's actually not.
Firewalk with Me?
No, that's later.
I know.
Yeah, the first episode was made as a movie, as like a 90-minute movie,
and someone else played Coop, right? Or someone else played like one of the main people. I'd
say the actors are the same from what I could tell.
I'm remembering something.
It's just kind of boring. Like it's I have a hard time getting through that episode, through like the pilot episode. I say just start with the second one.
It should just be called Peak.
Because you kind of just, I mean, it's cool to see like the introductions of everybody, but it's really slow and it doesn't really, not a whole lot happens. Like I tell most people, if you don't like the third episode with all the dream stuff when he goes to the room, then you probably won't like the rest of Twin Peaks. Like that's, when he does when Coop does the whole thing with the rocks and all that and the blackboard. Like if you get to that and you think that's dumb, then you might as well stop watching it. But I think that's one of the best episodes like of the entire series. But
I
anyway,
think the first episode was boring per se. I mean,
it's just kind of long. I mean, you get to see him find Laura in the lake, and you get to see the introduction of everybody. But it's just, I watched it recently, and I was just like, this one kind of drags. But yeah, they originally the idea was if it wasn't picked up as a TV show, they were going to release it as a movie, and it had an ending, like it had an alternate ending that they shot in case they, just because so they could still make money off of it in case it didn't become a movie. Actually, a person that I worked with on one of the last shoots I was on told me that they were actually playing that. He saw it at a theater somewhere where they played the pilot episode with the original ending. Yeah,
interesting.
Which that's cool. I didn't know that. I mean, why not? I'm sure somebody has it somewhere.
Well, I liked it, and I intend to keep on watching it and see it all the way through. So, besides that, moving on from Twin Peaks, I watched some other things. I finally caught up and watched the Hitman movies, both of them back to back.
Really wanted to torture yourself there. You're like, was it because?
Wait, if they're backstretched, then they have to kill each other.
That's true.
Yeah. Didn't one of them have Mark Wahlberg in it or something? Was it the first one?
No, you're thinking of Max Payne.
Oh, I don't know. That's another movie that I thought looked like shit.
Max Payne is a very similar, like, I don't know, just
similar vibe. Yeah.
Vibe, yeah.
It was another, I don't know, games I don't care about that has a
what
crappy
was
movie.
Max Payne IO? I don't think it was.
Category. I don't
know. That was Remedy, I think.
Yeah, Max Payne's in isn't it? Yeah, in the whatever with whatever the writer guy, that one.
So on the Hitman movies, I got them in a 2-pack for $8. So I'm not mad at losing $8.
You actually bought the movies?
I did. I bought them. Yeah.
On iTunes or physical?
I did. Yeah. On iTunes.
I hope you ordered DVDs. I mean, you probably don't have a DVD player.
I do. But
you're just lining Tim Apple's pockets.
I know. I watched them on the plane, so I needed something to watch on the plane.
How long were you on this fucking plane?
They didn't have they didn't have any like free movies in the plane for you to watch. Like you didn't have.
They don't do that anymore, really.
Well, it was Alaska Airlines, so they don't.
They did last time I flew.
Yeah, so you have to like log into their Wi-Fi and all that, and I don't know.
You don't have screens like you used to.
Alaska doesn't have screens. Yeah,
I mean,
everybody's
last
got their own
time
screens now.
I was gonna say, well, I guess the last big flight I had was to Abu Dhabi, and that was in
They don't even let you smoke on
that was in
planes anymore. It's
2021.
crazy.
But I mean, they had like there was like 200 movies for free, like on the screen and on the chair in front of me, and you just tap one and it plays.
That's what we all wanted in our lives, was the chair with all the movies on it.
I mean, it's just as annoying as your phone.
Well, I wanted to see
at
these
least
movies.
I don't have to sit on my phone.
Well, it's
As
not
bad
the
as
seat
the-
that you sit in. It's the one in front of you.
As bad as these movies purportedly were, I wanted to see them, and I figured like, I got to the airport like 8 hours early because I got there with the rest of the family. Their flights were earlier and all that, so I had tons of time. And let me watch these movies that have been on my list that are I know are going to be kind of bad, but I'm stuck here at the airport, so I'm going to watch them.
Mm.
Back to back, I watched the first one, which I thought was, I mean, both of them were. Here, I'll break it down like this: the first one, the Timothy Olyphant one, I thought that was a bad movie, but not bad enough to be like enjoyable. It just was like kind of like a middling, forgettable type of action movie with some redeeming moments here and there, but overall, bleh. It had a particularly stupid moment, which was like head smackingly stupid. Right in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, big action scene. Hitman's on top of a building, and he rappels down the side and crashes through a window. And he crashes through the window. He enters a hotel room with two kids who are playing Hitman.
Whoa!
And
on
then
which system?
It looks like PS3 or something. But then they look at each other like, "What? That's the guy from the game." Like, come on, we don't need
so much
this.
for anonymity.
Yeah.
You got to kill those kids. Breaking Bad
Yeah,
style.
And then he took him out. Yep. Threw him right out the window.
Bury him in the desert.
That was just so stupid. Like, you don't need to point out, hey, this is the guy from the video game. Come on, we don't need this. So that just set the course for that movie, and it was laughably bad in certain parts. Like, man, the ADR was kind of all over the place. Like, even in close up, like it was out of sync. Like, it's one thing if you're doing
what's
a shot from
ADR
far.
for those of the people that are listening that don't know. Definitely.
So like when they mess up,
automated dialogue replacement.
yeah.
Okay.
So like when they have to re-record lines because it wasn't
Okay.
clear or whatever.
Okay.
It's basically they do.
So it's like exposition when like someone isn't shown on screen, as they're like, "Oh yeah," and
No.
then remember when you fell over, and then
I mean,
Not quite. I mean, it's like
they use
when
they
go
use
ahead, Jerry, fire
ADR.
person.
They use ADR a lot. Actually, a lot too much. A lot. I think they use it way too much. You can tell whether it's recorded like real or not. But ADR is when you record it in the studio and you lay it over like the audio that was already recorded.
which
So,
used to be a thing like you always had to do.
yeah, I mean, it's not actually most older stuff. You can tell that it's actual real like location audio. Whereas I think a lot of the new stuff sounds like not like it sounds like it was recorded in a studio and there's nothing around. And that kind of bothers me when it sounds too clean. It's like we need some sort of presence to the
There's like no
to the world.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
say like when they were recording it, there was a waterfall nearby, and the sound of the waterfall.
You should
was
sound
just, like,
you should hear the
overwhelming.
waterfall. Like
Gotcha.
I was watching like that new Alien show earlier today, and they're like walking through the rain, talking to each other, but it sounds like they're in a room, not in the rain, and that kind of took me out of it because I was like, this is obviously ADR'd, but it sounds really weird because it doesn't sound like they're in this world.
Record those lines
you know what I mean?
in a fucking shower.
Yeah. Well, or I mean, I don't know if they had issues with the audio on set, but you can tell that it's not real, And we've been, like I said, Jess and I, we've been watching a lot of the X-Files, and most of that is real audio. Like you can really tell. Like you can tell, like depending on what they're wearing, like how muffled the mic is or whatnot. But I think they actually do use location audio for that, and it sounds better.
Must be a Canadian thing
for that reason.
We found out they recorded a lot of that in Canada.
Yeah, they did. It was in Vancouver the whole time.
And one of the characters was like a general who was like to be taken seriously and all that, except for it. The only thing I could think of is that the guy's microphone was not working for all 1 or 2 days of his shoot. His entire voice was replaced, and the voice that they have just does not match the person. Like that's absolutely not his voice.
Maybe you can't speak English. It's like Conan the Barbarian or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or like
It's
or like
really distracting.
Mad Max. They like dubbed a lot of people in the original one because they thought their like
Sure.
Australian accents were too thick or whatever.
My favorite, absolutely, and I'm sure it still falls under that, but and I said it earlier, but is when like you get like something to bring you up to date on what you're about to see in like an interstitial thing. It's like, yeah, well, that sucks that you fell over and now you get like now you have a band-aid on your face because you hurt your face, and then that's what explains the band-aid on the face when you see the person or whatever.
But really, it happened because there was some scene that was cut
Right.
or not filmed, and
They
needed
got
some explanation.
They got
Yeah.
splashed with coffee at the craft service table or whatever.
Right.
Got a blister.
Or they do that sometimes on the X-Files too, where it's like they turn away from the camera and they add like, oh no, that happened because of this thing, or just to add extra explanation of whatever's going on.
I love it. It's.
I mean, that's just
I
like-
know it breaks the fourth wall a little bit for me, but I still love it.
It's just adding,
It's a literary
adding
device
extra,
that I support.
like explanation in case you
Exposition.
felt you needed it, but also explanation to like to what's happening. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, when their face turns, add another line, and you can really tell those two where it's like, oh yeah, no, you didn't record that there.
Well, the second movie, which is called Hitman Agent 47, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by. Maybe because the bar was set so low, or maybe because my expectations were that this movie was going to be awful because I'd heard it was just like irredeemable. I actually felt like it had some good qualities. Like the cinematography was nice, the art design looked pretty. The fight choreography was good because it was actually done by Chad Stahelski, who went on to create John Wick. So some good fights in there, legit. And the story is better. Like an interesting thing is that it takes the perspective of one of 47's targets at the beginning.
Wait, is it better
so-
than John Wick or better than the first one?
Better than
the other
the first
than
movie.
the other
not,
Hitman.
not better than John Wick.
Hitman,
No.
I think, yeah.
No, but you can just tell that because they brought on Chad Stahelski,
Yeah.
a real actually good fight choreographer, that everything was stepped up a little bit, right? And that's what you go to see these movies for is the action, the fights, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So good job on them. But the setup of the story was interesting because they took the perspective of one of the targets from the beginning, which in turn makes him seem kind of like a Michael Myers type character for the first 30 minutes of the movie, which is just that was appropriate. That was a good idea and pretty
That
well
is a good
executed. And then there's some twists in the story which brings him into it makes him the anti-hero and all that kind of stuff.
I feel like that happens a lot more
But, yeah.
nowadays in like TV shows and stuff where like all of a sudden like somebody you have not been rooting for is like being pursued by whoever the anti-hero is or whatever, and it's like now the anti-hero is scary, and I think they did that in Breaking Bad and other such other such TV shows.
Similar type thing, though I will have to say that Breaking Bad is much better than this movie was, but
okay.
But yeah.
It's a lot longer, that's for sure.
And
Breaking Bad
I'd
is-
say like I think the movie was like a 6 out of 10, except for then they made like some really stupid choices at the end. The end is just kind of ludicrous. There's like a post credits tease, which just is like, oh come on, and just
He
kind
gets
of,
his barcode replaced with the QR code.
totally changes the character. He's not a QR code guy, he's a barcode guy. Come on.
That'll be the next Hitman. The QR code, bald head, whatever.
But I feel like the bad ending is what made critics say this movie was like awful or whatever. As a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, action movie, whatever. I think it's worth seeing. I played the game.
Did you
again.
feel like you actually finished it just so you could talk about it on the show, or did you actually enjoy it?
I don't know, a little bit of both. The first one, I watched it because I was such a fan of the game. Like I had to watch it. You know what I mean? Like same reason that we all watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like there's no way we're not going to see the Super Mario Brothers movie, right?
We had to, I guess, for this show.
Yeah.
Yep.
The second movie.
No rush to see the second.
For our opinions to matter, or to be taken
say-
serious, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I've played 600 something hours of the game, so I have to see these movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first movie I will never watch again. The second movie, if it was on TV, I'll never watch it again on my own volition. But if I'm in the room and it's there on the TV, I might sit down and watch it.
Did you bring your Switch with you to the airport? You could have just played that.
No, I don't like using the Switch on an airplane. I don't like it. I just not comfortable. I don't like handheld to begin with.
That's what it's made for.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's not for me.
love Switch on the airplane. It's great.
No, not
Well,
me.
Jared,
I mean, I usually fall asleep while I'm playing it, but I will at least try.
yeah, no, I love playing playing on the airplane. That's good. It's good because I get trying to like read off my phone or play most stuff in the car make me sick, but I can actually play in the plane.
And I always
It's because
try
you're moving
to,
a lot slower.
well, I always try to sleep on the plane, and I usually schedule my planes for late or for the red eye. For that reason, I just like to knock out and wake up wherever I'm going. Yeah. From watching the movies, I played the game again. By the way, they fixed everything with the update, so the game is now full recommend on Switch too.
Nice.
Yep, that's great.
And if you
Related-
play the cloud version on Switch 1, all your stuff carries over.
carries over, easy peasy.
Just like seamlessly, which I'm still really impressed with. That. It
Except
just
except for your hour count. I think it's pretty funny.
Right,
That
I
it
guess
says
so.
like
My hour count went back down.
it says
Now
like
it's
it says like
15
3
hours.
hours now.
Yeah, yep.
It's like when you buy a used car and it's only got like 10,000 miles, but you're like, what? No way.
Yep.
Like I had this car I had the year before and I put 100 on there. They should carry that to the next.
That's 100,000 miles just at the gas station.
Well, related to Hitman, I heard you guys talk about
Yeah,
007 game.
you heard us
That-
talk about how neither of us watched any of it.
Neither of you watched it, yeah.
Right.
So I just want
Yeah.
to give my quick first impressions of that game.
Yeah, I know
It's
you
just like
I know you saw a lot of it.
I
figured-
watched the whole thing.
Figured we'd let you
And-
just fill in whenever you're here.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but basically, like, if you saw the trailer and you like what you saw, I've got a game for you. It's called Hitman.
You could play
Like-
Hitman, World of Assassin, or whatever it's called.
It's already
Whatever it
out.
is.
Yeah. This Bond game looks like the next evolution. I'm not going to say it's a carbon copy, but you definitely see the DNA all over the place from the way he moves and the way he, climbs up pipes and, distracts things and distracts people with throwing his voice and all that stuff.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm over
Hitman's all
there.
over.
They're both amateur
Is
ventriloquists.
that what he does? I'm behind the trash can over there. Go check it so I can shoot
Hey,
you
I
in the
think I
back of
might
the head.
assassinate someone.
I think I'm
That's
back,
what,
I'm
that's
back
what Bond
there.
does. So in Hitman, you toss a coin to distract somebody, have them look over there. In the Bond game, yes, he throws this way. It's interesting to see.
He
how
pulls
they,
out a Grover puppet.
I can say I've seen all the Bond.
Raptures the audience.
I've seen all the Bond movies, and I've never seen him do that before. I've never seen him be like, "Hey, I'm over here." Like I don't know. Snake doesn't even do that.
I
He
mean,
does a
Q
lot of
started out
things.
as a mime, so it's actually impressive that he throws his voice.
You should be able to do the old Metal Gear thing where you can just drop like nudie mags around to distract people.
Well, that's what I do in my real life.
Well, overall, I mean, I just like. I don't know. I'm really excited for the game. I think they're taking it in interesting directions. The whole Hitman, DNA, the bones of it, and evolving it to something bigger and more cinematic. Even one concern that I had was like in Hitman, you can just go in guns ablazing and just kill everybody, and I couldn't imagine that they were going to let them do that with Bond.
I mean, they did it before. You could do it
Not
on
these
you
days.
Could, you could do it
Yeah.
on all the early Bond games on 64.
Yeah.
All the Bond games, you just blow people's heads off.
The AI is too smart now.
I mean, I don't see why they
Well, I
wouldn't.
just
They have
I couldn't.
access
I
to the
couldn't
internet.
I mean, Amazon paid like $1 billion for the studio just for the Bond rights, and I
Is
don't.
that why Bond
yeah.
looks like milk toast on this game? Like,
Maybe I don't know.
I thought he looked like like when you're creating a character and you just don't do anything. That's kind
Yeah.
of what it looks
Here's
like.
An
It's like
interesting
it's like
point
the
about
most
that,
most
though.
generic white guy you could find here.
I kind of thought the same, but here's an interesting point about that. This is the only
Unassuming.
time where you see. Apparently, in the books, Bond had a scar, which I didn't know. But in the game, he also has a big scar on his face, like going across his eye. You can see it in the game if you look up in close up. So that's kind of cool that they're paying attention to the origin, the books, and all that stuff. On the subject of being able to go in guns ablazing and all that, I think they've come up with a cool solution which like maintains the integrity of the character, but still lets you kind of do some of that sometimes. Which in certain moments, say like if the character, if a villain is presented a gun and is about to shoot you, then it flashes on the screen that you have license to kill, and then you can go guns ablaze and kill everybody. So it is kind of segmented in that way, maybe a little more focused in terms of the action and a little bit less open, but I think that's a pretty decent compromise and a clever way to do all that. Yeah, count me in for this game. I'm in. Looks cool.
So this game's going to come out like 2 months before Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, I mean, will this make you a I mean, you're gonna put like 800 hours into this or something like that. So,
I'm going to, yep.
So I mean, I would think that it would, you know, make you not run out on the release date of Grand Theft Auto 6 or whatever it is, to, you know, since this one is right here. Since you'll be playing it for like the next year or something at least.
I mean, maybe I'll just have to be playing for 2 solid months, you know, because that'll be all my time, you know, try to beat it before GTA 6 comes out. But I think it's going to be, again, like a more focused game than an open world, you know, GTA 6. It seems like they can tell a more linear story. It looks a little bit more like Hitman meets, say, Uncharted in that kind of way.
That's what people keep saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm up for it.
That
It's
I've
cool.
seen. I mean, I really haven't watched any of the game, but I saw some pictures, and I don't know. I mean, I'll probably maybe check it out when it comes out. I mean, I'm more interested in Bond than Agent 47. So I don't know. We'll see.
I did want to mention briefly that I played Marvel vs. Capcom Collection.
Yeah, the one I lent you, and now it gets sent back. I forgot to play the Cyberpunk game, so it's yours again now. Okay. So I don't have it anymore.
Oh, you never played Cyberpunk?
Or no, not that one. Whatever it's
Bomb
called.
Rush Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Bomb Rush. That one. I didn't get around to playing it, and I was like, oh no, it's like 2 weeks already. And then I checked, and it was gone. So I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so I enjoyed the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. Thank you.
I really wanted
I'll get it on sale.
I really just wanted to try out the game exchange thing.
Yeah. I'm not a fighting game person, but it was a pretty cool fighting game, and yeah, I would get it on sale sometime for sure. I heard you played Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. This is my last thing. I just wanted to comment that I had that game. I got stuck at the same part, the Battletoads part, you know.
Oh yeah, that's about as far as I got, I think. Actually, no, I think I got past that. Did you get to the pretzel head guy that I talked about, Adobo or whatever? Did you get to him?
I think he comes before, or maybe he appears after too. But I fought that guy, as I recall. But it's the shopping cart thing is where I
maybe it was like the whole level where I would just, because I think you die and then you start back and have to fight the pretzel guy again. But I mean, it was $3. That's kind of why I got it. It was on sale. It was on sale for so cheap, so I thought I'd try it out because I'm a Kevin Smith fan, so I thought it could be fun.
Yeah, that's it for me and my adventures.
And that took like the whole hour here. What about your predictions?
I guess I can stick around for a little bit. I'll give my predictions.
Well, let's take a break then.
Sure.
And then we'll do our predictions for the Nintendo Direct coming on Friday. Stay tuned. But anyway, all right, we're back from the break. There's a...
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon! patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
There's a fucking direct happening on Friday.
Yeah, Friday of all days.
First
Which
Friday
is today,
direct,
if you're listening to this,
which has happened
when
for a
it
long
comes out.
time. We're recording on Wednesday. It's for the longest time. It's been like, directs on Thursday, like right after Wednesday. So like I'll already know everything while I'm editing.
Wait,
it.
hold on. You want an extra episode with me before I leave? What if we did a direct react, and then I was on that part of the episode?
Well, we could. I mean, we could do it like maybe we could try to record Tuesday next week or something before you leave.
Maybe.
Here's the
Do
thing.
that.
Here's the thing. I'm actually going to be in Chicago this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yep.
For what?
So I'm actually going to be visiting Eric and Otis. They wanted to meet up, so I'm going to go down and meet with them on Saturday. So more on that. After the show, we can talk about it, but maybe we could possibly record in person.
No diss, but I don't know who that person is.
The people.
Wait,
What?
didn't you say Eric Notice? I don't know. Sorry, that was
Eric
bad.
Otis, yes.
That was a bad joke.
John lived with them. You know
That's a bad
Otis.
joke.
He was on the show.
Oh, Otis. I think you said. Never mind. I know Otis.
Anyway, yeah. No, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to record on the weekend, but maybe we can try to record before Jeremy leaves, and we can get your reaction to it, which would be cool.
Sunday morning.
I mean, maybe.
No,
I don't think you want to do that, though.
I don't.
I know you don't want to do that. Anyway, there's a direct on Friday. It's going to be cool for me because I'll have the show edited completely by then, and I can just watch it and not have to listen to how much we were wrong about it while I'm watching the direct or whatever. But it'll be cool because I'll have it all done. And for the patrons, you'll get to listen to it Thursday night, and you can be like, hey, listen to how right they were or whatever. And
It's probably going to be mostly right
Yeah, so...
this time around.
Anyway, I'm kind of happy of it happening on a Friday because, Friday I have, I'm not editing, so I could, if I wanted to, I could maybe stream some of these games if there's like shadow drops or whatever that I'm interested in, like that sort of thing, is what I'm thinking. So, trying to see the brighter side of it. But yeah, it was. I really wish that. I don't know. I get tired of these like constant leaks from Nate and the Hate Factory, whatever his whatever his hateful podcast is. I'm tired of it. It's enough hate, man. No, I'd like to be surprised about things instead of being like it's happening.
Anymore.
It's happening this day, and then it happens this day. He's almost as bad as the Penguin guy,
Well, I think that there's something in the air that's sort of coming around on all the leaks from the fandom. At least I'm hearing on a couple of other podcasts that I listen to, which is just like, what's the point? Who benefits from this at all? What happens is that the leaker gets a little bit of clout, and then eventually they get too much clout and they get found out and rooted out, like the last guy did, Pioro or
Pioro.
So there's no reason to do this because it ruins the surprise for everybody, and it's a little less fun. There's a little less joy in the world.
It's literally a smash and grab for clout.
It's just stupid.
That's all it is.
That's why we said it a couple months ago when we declared that we're done reporting on these leaks and stuff.
Yeah,
because we all feel the same way. We're just like, what's the point? After we can just chase these all day long, and it's a big waste of time and results in a less fun, gaming atmosphere. So this is dumb. So let's not just report on all this stuff anymore. And I wish that others would follow suit. I think there's something. As I said, that are following along these footsteps.
I did still report on it last week, so put it on me there. But no, it was kind of,
we got to be forgiven, But,
news is news.
I didn't record. I never report on it as fact, Like I just don't like doing that. Where it's like, I mean, because I think that Nate the Hate guy said there was going to be a direct in February too, and that never happened. So I mean, I think people just don't remember the right things.
You only remember things that stick.
You just remember the right. Yeah, you remember when they were correct and not incorrect. But whatever. I mean, sure. Yeah, more directs, even though it was kind of a little directed out. But
We knew there was going to be a September direct. That's been a thing for many years now.
Well, I thought there was going to be. I thought there was going to be a February one too, but there wasn't.
That's true.
So I mean,
Maybe we've been
or like a July one, which didn't happen either. So I mean, it was like
Yeah.
The whole E3
they
thing
kinda
was
changed
like sketchy this
they
time
switched up their E3 because of the launch of the Switch 2 and all that. But
Yeah. I mean, so the Switch 2 has been out for 3 months now, and we have not had like the big Nintendo Direct. This is the big one. So it's a bit of a surprise to everyone. I think.
It is.
Well, we
It-
hope it
waited so long.
is.
well,
We hope
it is an hour long. So I
It's an
mean,
hour
Did it
long,
say it
and
was
it's
specifically
specifically-
focusing on
yes.
Switch games this time around? Okay.
It says specifically first party games, yeah.
Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I found was of course Switch 2 and Switch 1. We're going to see both. It's not like a specific
There's no
Switch 2.
3DS.
But yeah, hour long, probably 55 minutes of Kirby's Air Ride will be in the middle there, so it's going to be a good one. I can't wait.
Right.
That makes sense that you put Kirby's Air Ride as half of your bingo now.
I didn't put it on my bingo anymore. I thought about it, but I was like, whatever.
You got an hour already.
I don't think
I want to
gonna
put what I
happen.
actually want on there. I don't. I mean, do I care about winning bingo? Like, we don't have any prizes for it or anything. I don't think any of us has ever.
I mean,
won.
I want to win. I want to win.
Yeah, but what do we get? We never offered anything up.
I think you become a soothsayer, like a video game soothsayer.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that won was Just won one time when they made.
Well,
a bingo
Jess
card.
is a soothsayer.
So there you go. But anyway, yeah, we have bingo cards. Let's talk about them.
So I have to cut loose again early this week. So I think I'll just do my bingo card and then
John has no interest in our bingo cards. You're like,
Well, I
don't
got
care
interest.
don't
I
care
don't
what you
have
have
time.
to say.
By the time you hear this, John will have already heard.
You'll
it.
listen to it later on the Patreon feed.
I will listen. Yes.
John can literally read our bingo cards. You can't.
I could.
That's true. Yeah, I did put mine on
I
on
put
the
mine as well.
Slack.
Okay, start things off again with my 4 corners of hope. All right, so we're talking about Shenmue 1 and 2 because I'm bringing that into existence, just like I brought in Shenmue 3, just like I
You
brought
really
in
did.
Chibi Robo, just like I brought in Gimmick.
Yeah.
Shenmue 1 and 2, you're next. Come on. Chibi Robo sequel, that's happening. Yep, for sure. Mark it down. We're also getting the Wii NSO and the DS NSO in the same direct.
Is that one square or is that 2 squares?
That's 2 squares.
Makes sense.
Yep.
It's like, well, we've had the GameCube app out for 3 months now, so let's release 2
Time to
more
move on.
systems.
We got to keep it rolling.
I don't think so. I don't think that's happening, but cool. I mean,
Okay.
they'd have to figure out a way to do the. They have to figure out a way to do the Wii motion better, because just using the motion for the analog or for the Joy-Cons,
Well,
it fucking sucks. Like,
mean,
you
they could
need,
just
we
use-
need some sort of whatever.
I feel Wii motion.
I mean, they could just
They
actually.
need to re-release the
Re-release the
remotes
real
and
thing.
bring out the fucking sensor bar or whatever.
And also, they could just say, "Hey, your old Wii ones, those work now too." I mean, everybody still, a lot of people still have those, and there's no reason. It's just Bluetooth. They could still have those old ones work as well. Easy solution there.
Well, the reason would be so they can sell you more.
They can sell more, yep.
More Wiimotes.
Now, in the more likely realm of things, and in fact, in the certain realm of things, it's Metroid Prime 4 release date. That's going to happen.
That one's on my
Absolutely.
bingo card.
That one's on my bingo
I
card.
think that's on everybody's fucking bingo card. Because what the hell, man? Like, fucking
Yeah.
tell us already.
Yeah.
And
It
Metroid
seems
Prime
like the
4
place.
is coming out 2026.
I was gonna say, especially if it's this calendar year, I think this is the one.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
if you're
send
not saying it now, it's not fucking coming out this year.
Right.
If it doesn't get a release date now, it's not fucking happening.
I'll say there's no way that they're going to say this is shit, it's out today or it's out next week or something. Like, no, it'll be out a month or 2 down the line.
Actually, they're gonna
whatever.
say it was out when the London Underground said it was, and we'll find out. You could have bought it. We just no
maybe.
one figured out the clues.
But I think what could be an out today is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. What a nice way to
True.
yeah,
tee up the next game.
T or 2 or 3 or 2 and
Yeah.
2 or
3.
3 or
Yeah.
both, sure.
Even though once again 3, then you'd have to deal with the weird
Corruption.
Wii motion, or you'd have to find a
but
way
they're
to
also
make that.
but they're also coming out with Wii NSO, so problem solved. I also thought like what's a long dead series that they should bring back that they could bring back. Wario Land. It's time for new
Oh,
Wario
yeah.
Land.
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
New
it is like a long time since a new one of those.
They've
Yeah.
been doing WarioWare games somewhat like
Yeah.
like every 5 years maybe at this point.
Yeah, but Shake It I think was 2008, right? That was the last one.
I thought there
But
was
WarioWare, yeah.
wasn't there like a DS one? Was Master of? I thought Master of Disguise was the last one.
I don't know.
That
I think
was
you
I think they're around the same time.
And that was the one that had Dana Carvey in it, right?
yeah. He
Yeah.
played. You get to play as the turtle character that he portrayed so well in the commercial. That's all I saw. I never saw that movie, but I'm sure it was awful.
All right, now we're on to Mario season because we're getting all the the anniversary stuff certainly in this direct.
This is a big 4-0.
Yep, the big 4-0, which means we're getting Super Mario 4-0. That's Super Mario 40, the sequel to Super Mario 35. That's happening. The
I
next
love it.
evolution. Yep.
And a good way to play this game is to duct tape a 40 to each of your hands while you play it.
Yep, perfect. That's how you have to play it. That's required.
Now, did you put specifically like Mario 40 on
It is.
your bingo card? Because I wanted to. I didn't want to like get stuck into a thing like a specific naming that won't happen. So I put free Mario 35 type game is what I put.
Right.
Because it may not be called, it could be a completely different thing, but I should
Could
still
be.
get it if it's a free as in like through your Nintendo Switch Online game that involves Mario that's multiplayer, whatever.
Could be. I think I'm gonna
You're
throw
gonna
down
go.
with
You're gonna go
Super Mario
specific
40.
with the title. Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be a game that you can play on the Switch. It's about something.
About Mario. He's gonna have a mustache in this one for sure. I know.
I would really like to be. I mean, that one seems like too. I
Why
don't
haven't they
know.
made a Mario game where he has to like find his mustache? Yeah, that would be a fun.
It's too predictable. I would like Nintendo to surprise me again. That's what I want.
I mean, we've had
Make a different
whole
thing.
games based on hats.
It's true.
It's time to graduate to the facial hair.
It's like that bird that would steal your hat in Mario 64. Now it steals your
Mhm.
mustache.
It rips your mustache.
That
off
would
your
be
face.
funny though. That would be a funny thing.
It'd be funnier if the mustache like left on its own accord because it wanted to be a star by itself. It was like, you can't do anything without me.
Listen, I'm like half your character. Nobody would have been able to tell that you had a nose in Donkey Kong if it wasn't for me.
Or if it saw like a really hot beard that it wanted to like join. Like that, like that Tick episode where the Tick has a sentient mustache that leaves him
Oh,
for
yeah.
another face with a beard.
I'd say that's like a anglerfish where the male like becomes part of the female when it mates. It like fuses to the side of her and then just becomes like a sperm receptacle whenever she ovulates. It's the same thing with the mustache.
Sexy.
All that is specifically on my bingo card.
Yeah, even the fish stuff. And the Tick episode. Work that in somewhere.
More likely will be Mario Maker 3. It's going to make its debut.
I really
I'm
want
saying-
it to be real,
That's like 50-50. I don't know. I really want it to be real. It's about time for it.
especially with the Mario Paint teaser.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yep.
once again, I went for the let's try to get a bingo spot here. So I just put Mario Maker, no numbers. Could be 2, could be 3. Could be two
could
Switch
be
2
3DS.
edition. I mean, I think
we're finally
maybe
getting that one spot in Mario Maker 2 that was left blank for the new style.
There you go.
I mean, it could be, it could just be like Mario
It's a
Maker
standalone
Switch 2
release.
with mouse controls or something like that,
Yeah.
It could just be an
I'd be
update.
disappointed, but I'd take it. But I also think we're getting Mario Paint 2, which we talked about how those games are so similar, like Mario Paint and Mario Maker.
Well, Mario Maker takes a lot from.
Yeah,
It does take a lot
it
from it,
uses
yeah.
the stuff from there, like the.
I think the ultimate would be to mash them all into one and just have like a Mario creator, Mario artist,
Super Mario Paint
Maker,
Ultimate.
all of it all together.
It would be cool to be able to create like backgrounds for your Mario
Yeah.
Maker game with the Mario Paint
Yeah.
suite
Draw
or
your
whatever,
levels and stuff.
where you could draw like
draw the
animations
lifestyle.
that would be in the background, like that.
Do your own like Yoshi's Island type of like painterly.
Yeah, you could.
You guys remember that game Drawn
you
to
could work
Life,
that
right?
in
They
there.
made some.
Yeah.
They made some new editions of that, a couple of years ago. But where you could draw your own platformer, draw your own characters. Like throw some of that into Mario Maker. Just make it Mario Maker and Mario paint/artist all in one. That's a fantastic idea.
There's
I
gonna
love
I do have
this
just 2 separate bingo spots here, though.
there's gonna be
Make your
so
own
many
sprites.
there's gonna be so many moving penises in those levels.
Yeah, make your own sprites for Mario Maker. That
Like
would be so
it's
easy
gonna be
to
great.
do with the mouse.
Draw a
Penises
penis,
everywhere.
draw a penis that moves and shoots fireballs out of it. It's
I was
be
gonna say, yeah, I wanted to shoot ice balls specifically.
Hey, you can sculpt your penises in Donkey Kong Artist, so yep, it's
cool.
gonna
Yeah,
happen.
that's what's gonna happen.
Mario Kart World DLC, that's a lock. That's for sure happening.
That one's on my
Yeah,
card too.
I'm surprised I didn't think about that one, so it's not on mine.
That one's on my card. I mean, yeah, Mario Kart World really came and went. So
No one talks about it
I
anymore.
feel like they need
Nope.
they need to do something, and it was $80. So throw some extra shit on there for free.
They need to liven it up, and then they need to make DLC that specifically makes the open world
Mhm,
more
mhm.
compelling.
Yeah, do like some
just
extra
add like stuff to the open world mode for sure.
Super Mario Sunshine out today.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have new GameCube NSO game, but yeah, that's
I have
kind
that-
of
I do
what
have
I
that
was
as well.
thinking. Yeah,
I have that as well.
I also think we're going to get an announcement of Luigi's Mansion coming out in October. Just to
Like a
guarantee
new
that
Luigi's
Halloween
Mansion
game.
or just Luigi's Mansion?
like
period?
next month.
The
I don't,
NSO,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I don't know.
I think they're going to say.
Oh,
and
you
if
mean Luigi's Mansion
Oh,
1?
GameCube
Yeah,
Luigi's
on
Mansion.
GameCube,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you were
Okay.
like Luigi's Mansion 4 out next month,
No,
and I was like,
no.
oh no, they need to kind of like market that a little bit. I mean, I would love
Did
to
it-
see.
Did they do a remake of Luigi's Mansion 1?
They
But
did.
they did that. They did
3DS.
on 3DS.
3DS,
though.
yeah.
It's on
That's true.
It's
yeah,
on
yeah,
3DS. I bought it
Yeah.
and played through it like right before the eShop closed. It was
And
fun.
it's the same.
I had a good time
same
with it.
game.
It's the same game, yeah, just with some like
'Cause
new
wasn't it
modern
origi-
features in it or whatever.
Wasn't it originally supposed to have like a 3D thing? Maybe. Like,
Yeah,
wasn't Luigi's the game that they originally thought about, like a lenticular filter or something for the screen.
Yeah, there was originally some sort of 3D GameCube add-on thing that they were thinking about before it came out. It was fun. I like that game. Luigi's Mansion 1 is fun. It's not very long, but it's a fun game.
It's a fun
weekend
game.
game. So we're going to get the first look at the new 3D Mario. I think we all kind of know that, but I decided
We do.
since that's kind of a given, I wanted to go a little bolder. I'm going to predict the name of the game. Okay.
Oh, what's the name of the game?
Mario and his
The
ice
name of the
balls.
game. All right. So there's following, looking back on the recent 3D Mario history, following sort of a convention, right? Okay. Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey. I think with this being the 40th anniversary, we're thinking about time and legacy. I think that this new one is going to be called Super Mario Destiny.
Destiny.
Yep, I think that's the name of the game. That's it. That's
And you're gonna get to
uneducated
collect
guess.
different guns, and there's gonna be 4-player co-op. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real
You're
fun.
not. You're not going for
It's gonna
Super
last
Mario
10 years.
Iliad.
You're gonna find that one king guy or whatever. I don't know. I never played the Destiny games, but that's what they're gonna go for.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is Mario in this one.
I mean, what about Super Mario Universe? Come on.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just zooming out.
What about Super
You got
Mario
World.
Universe?
You got World, and you got Super Mario Solar System, and you have Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. What about Super Mario Black Hole? And he can like stretch out. It'll look weird.
And you can like stretch his
Yeah,
face
that's-
and make it
that's
look
what- he
weird.
finally comes down from all these joyful games, and like even Mario gets depressed sometimes.
He'll get
Super
like
Mario Black Hole.
He'll get like spaghettied and he'll just die over and over again. And you can that's the game.
You just watch the spaghetti like loop through the black hole infinitely.
Yeah. It's like a screensaver.
Being stretched forever and ever.
You just
It's like
leave
a
it on.
hypercube made out of spaghetti.
So Mario Movie 2. Mario Movie 2 gets an update.
Got it. I got it on my list as
Yeah,
well.
there's probably a good chance of that one happening.
That's a definite. Yeah.
I didn't put it on there because I have no desire to see that movie, and also forgot that it was coming out. So that's
Comes out
why
soon, too,
I
in
left
April.
it. So I missed it
Yeah,
off my card.
early next year, right?
Yeah, it's time we get a little more on that movie. If it's coming out in April for sure. Yep.
Yeah. How many
And the
more?
voices.
How many more people can Chris Pratt play in it?
Yeah. I don't know.
We could
I'll
have a
probably
Shadow
end up-
Mario. He can also voice, or like Bowser Jr. We could just have him play 5 more people. He's awesome. I want him to be every character in every movie.
They're going to bring in Walton Goggins as the voice of Lakuto. I don't know.
Wart, bring Wart back.
Yeah. I say like they got to bring Walter Goggins in there because he's popular.
It's true.
Yep.
People like him.
I think we're getting an announcement of a new movie project from, different. I don't know what the property
Not
is.
Zelda.
but Not Zelda. I think they'll give the next tease of what's to come after that. I don't know what it would be, but
Donkey
something.
Kong.
Probably Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Probably Donkey Kong. Yeah, predictable, I think.
But if not Donkey Kong, then maybe Balloon Fight. Because they finally looked at that script you wrote.
Yeah, that's right.
The Balloon Fight script.
You dropped it in their inbox when you were at the headquarters.
Oh, yeah, you should have.
That's it. I did. I slipped it right in there.
You should have
You
said
just didn't
that when
want
you
to say
came
it on
in.
the podcast.
Here's my spec script for Balloon Fight.
And when I was looking in the window, I saw them pick up the paper, and they just cheered.
Yeah.
There's applause all around. They were popping champagne.
And like there were balloons on top of the champagne as the gas filled them up.
Oh, yeah. And then they all fought, and they all died. So that's why the movie's not going to get made.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You
ain't
killed
that corporate America for you?
You killed Nintendo
Know
of
what I'm
America, you bastard.
Sorry, guys.
I introduced capitalism and the popping balloon of economic theory.
But solving all the violence in the world will be Animal Crossing, which is getting a tease. Just a light tease.
It's just going to be Isabel just walking
That reminds me of what I do
down
with my
a-
hair every day before I leave
down
the
a way or
house.
something. Isabel's just going to stand up from a new Switch 2 fully rendered desk or whatever and walk down a hallway or something. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but it's been almost 6 years since that last one came out. So it is definitely time.
Yeah,
think
I
this
don't
is
know.
like
They had such a perfect thing when the last one released. Like I expect it to. They're waiting for some sort of like world event to release this one. It's like World War II, and
They're engineering the new virus right now.
They'd be like World War III happens, and they're like, all right, it's time to release Animal Crossing Bunker.
Yeah, call up Resident Evil
Pretty on the nose
about the T virus or whatever they got. I know they have it. Call up.
Design your
Capcom.
bunker with different air systems to bring in different scents from other climates.
Animal Crossing, but this time with tariffs. Yay!
Another animal, NintenDogs.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's been so long since that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could.
I mean, that game
come
should
out
be
anytime.
that game should be free if they re-release it, or like $5 or something.
I could see it as a $15 game.
Yeah.
I would get it for $15.
I don't really. I mean,
$20 even.
I don't know. Those games were fine.
I just don't
for
know if
what
people
they
want
are.
dogs. Like, there's got to be like an exotic animal. Like, if the new Nintendo would be like Nintendo sloths or something, it'd be like.
I mean, they did plus cats last time, so you got to add something to it.
Have they done Nintendo birds yet?
Yeah, but do
What
birds.
if you had pet birds?
Yeah.
And you could use the microphone on the controller to like get it to repeat you and stuff, like a la the 3DS menu sound recorder.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they've got enough, doodads on this thing to, interact with your pets now with the camera and the microphones, and it just seems like I think Switch 2 needs more games like that are certainly using the camera, and none, to my knowledge, really use the microphone to any great effect.
What if they did like a NintenDogs or something like that, where it'd be like it's on your system, and then like you'll be like playing Zelda or something, and like your dog will run through, and you're like, "Get out of here! Go back home!" Like it'd be like those when everybody was filming from home, and like the news reporter would be talking to someone, and then their kid would walk into the room or whatever. Like,
oh yeah,
it'll be like that where you're just playing a random game, and then your pet shows up and like starts messing everything up that you're doing.
It'll be like the way. Like the assist trophy in Smash Brothers when the dog pops up on the screen, but it'll be for any game.
Yeah.
Right as you're about to defeat Ganon.
Nintendo birds, I'm telling you.
They should let you take your camera.
Birds are scary.
Take your Nintendo camera, and you can scan your actual pet with it and put them in the game. And then you can just neglect them in real life and just play them in the game only. And just starve them to death.
I'll load up Wii Fitness, and it'll still be asking why my cats haven't weighed themselves recently. It still would shame me about my cats.
You know the reason that you're not going to weigh your cats is, Jeremy, because you'll be playing Hades 2, which is coming out. Going to be announced not announced, but
yeah, it'll probably be in here.
I have 3 cats with 3 bodies. I don't have 1 cat with 3 heads, such as Cerebus, who is in Hades.
That's true. You soon will have that.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. I could have put
I have
that one on my
Hades
card
2 on
somewhere.
my list as well.
Yeah.
I know this is a first
I fully expect
direct,
it. I fully expect it to come out. Spooky season. It has to.
Isn't that supposed to come out this year too? Hades 2?
And it's a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive.
Yeah, it'll probably be on here
for sure. Pokemon Legends ZA for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
obvious one.
They'll at least show it in a sizzle reel or something.
I put Pokemon on a square because there's been rumors going around the internet that there's another Pokemon spin-off being shown aside from Legends, and I didn't want
I was
to.
gonna say ZA is like
I was
in
like
the
that.
same
It's like that's a
venue
spin-off
as
too. but-
Arceus, right?
Yeah,
It's in Legend series.
yeah. So, but I don't know. I just put Pokemon in there, so in case there is a different one, I'll still get it.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Got that one too.
Yep.
That one's on my card. I really hope they show us the Switch 2 version. They said it's coming, but give us some details on that. That's what I would like to see.
And let us know if Danica is going to be in there.
She's already on Trump Racing or whatever it's called.
Well, she was at Burning Man, so she's got something right in her head.
I'm sure Republicans can go there.
Oh yeah, anyone can, including undecided voters.
You know where Republicans can go, and anybody?
Hades
Oh
too.
boy,
Super Nintendo Land Europe.
I was gonna say
They
we
can.
we already said Hades.
is
too.
it
That's
open
where they
now
should
or is
go.
it going to open?
It's not open now, but it was announced about a month ago or so, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be sort of the grand unveiling. They'll do the 1, 2, 3 punch. Hey, we got Japan. We got the U.S. is going.
Oh, this
strong.
counts as Nintendo
Yeah.
World Update, which I do have on my list.
Yep, Nintendo World Update. They'll
Yep.
certainly focus on the upcoming.
Also, I'll be
Europe
there in
Park.
a week, so I want to.
You'll be there. You'll be able to give us the live report. Finally, one of us is going to be going to Super Nintendo World. It's
And I'm
very
going to
exciting.
the OG.
You go to the real one.
Yeah.
Lego Voyagers, which just seems like one of the coolest Lego games, like kind of an artsy co-op Lego game.
Was this
Uh,
a phone game originally, or is
I
that
think it might have
was
been.
that something
There
else?
was one from a few years ago. It's been on the Switch for a while.
Yeah.
It was sort of in this vein, in this sort of artsy style.
It's hard to keep the Lego games like sorted out because there's
There's so
Everybody
many.
has
of
that
them.
property.
Yeah, this is some along the lines of like Unraveled or what's the other like Split
Like a-
Fiction,
Okay, like a two-player
co-op.
co-op.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
all the Lego games are 2-player co-op, though. Why is this?
Yeah,
what
but
makes
this seems
one
to
different?
focus like you need a
Puzzle
second player.
solving, that kind of thing.
Okay. I mean, those do that too.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not,
but they
it's
don't
not
make it
Lego,
required.
Lego City Adventures or something like that. This is like
Mhm.
you're in a very focused situation trying to work together to solve a problem.
There's not an IP attached to it other than
Right.
Lego.
Yeah, you're just like you're two little single Lego pieces.
like you're not even minifigs. You're like actual.
You're
You're
not
like
even,
one-
you're not even a person. You're just like a
Yeah.
block or something.
You're the most basic Lego block. Like
You're essentially a
one-piece
point.
Lego block.
in time and space.
That's it. Yep.
Whatever.
Looks kind of cool, and I think Nintendo and Lego have a strong partnership that they would feel pressure.
I mean, they're
to
both
put
Danish
something in
companies.
there. Yep, that's true.
There is
Nintendo. Who knew? Nintendo.
Yeah, it was announced officially for Switch 2, so that could be on there.
And the last one, this is 100%. They're going to announce Odama 2. Again, I was saying we need someone to use all the tricks in the Switch 2 bag. The
It's
camera,
true.
the microphone.
And so you have to have a Switch 2 Pro controller because of the back buttons, so you can control the flippers with those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They need to they should do Odama 2, but they also need to release Odama 1 on the Nintendo Switch Online app.
Do it. That's a perfect
Since it's a
option
GameCube
for
game, like
for
just
GameCube,
fucking
yeah.
release it. Yeah, because so many people didn't play that game, including like 2/3.
And
of
now,
us, so.
well, now I guess the hardware is up to spec. Well, you would need a mic because it's not.
There's a mic on your system.
I guess so. Yeah,
It's
It would
already-
just
it's
use
already
the
there.
mic.
It's got everything it needs.
You got your microphone. It's on your
Hell
Switch
yeah.
Yeah.
too. You
Hell
can play
yeah.
Odama, and you don't need to stick it to the controller. Just
Thanks, Odama.
nice.
And that's a game that we've talked about a number of times, and every time I always say, like, this is not a perfect game. It's like an okay game and has some problems.
I imagine it's a terrible game.
And I don't think it's terrible. It's because it's interesting. It's worth it to play just because it's an interesting and daring concept. It
I
doesn't
guess
quite
so.
come together. But that's like Nintendo is not afraid to go back to the drawing board if they've got an idea that they've gotten behind and it didn't quite work out. Like
It's true.
they-
Even the
they've been
Virtual
known to
Boy,
go
they
back-
went back.
Well, they've been known to like go back and fix things up and all that. And this is like a perfect game where it was like maybe it was the limitations, the hardware, or maybe it was a short development cycle, whatever. Didn't quite get there, but come on, this is a cool idea. Pinball / real time strategy sim controlled with a microphone.
Feudal
It's so out there.
Japan.
Feudal Japan. Yeah, it's a very Nintendo game, even if it didn't quite get there. Give it another push.
I mean,
maybe
they were
it's-
there.
Well, maybe
Sort of.
it's even like not an Odama 2. Maybe it's a spiritual sequel. Same concept, whatever. I'll count that too.
Odamas. Two Odamas.
Osama
Madame
911. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Obama's Osama. The game. I don't know. If I was
All right.
playing
That's it for
bingo,
me.
I would almost have one from the ones that John said that are also on my card. So there you go.
I mean, that's all that counts.
I think there's like
Personal
half of
bingos.
mine, so it wouldn't take very long for me to go through them. But if you need to go now, you can go.
I do have to. I got to get up in 4 hours.
Thank you for sticking around later.
John has to alphabetize the paint at Home Depot
That's true.
or something, right? Don't you
Red,
work in the
blue,
paint
yellow,
department
all that.
or something? See how many ceruleans you have.
I feel like Alabaster's going to be up there.
So many alabasters.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta get going. I look forward to hearing your bingo lists.
Goodbye. Good luck at work.
Get some
See you.
sleep. Good
And
night.
have fun in Japan if I don't talk to you.
You'll talk to me. I'll be on the Slack.
We should try to,
But personally, thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking
As we're
forward
actually talking.
to your excitement, hearing about the trip, and you guys having a good time out there. Yeah,
It's a nebulous thing that I'm excited about.
it's gonna be very real very soon.
very soon. Yeah, almost a week. All right. I just finish off my stuff here, I guess, because John already said a lot of them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My first one was the Mario 35 type game, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Metroid Prime 4. Just because I wanted to mention it earlier. Star Wars Outlaws in a montage that shows the demo's out. It's very specific.
The demo's
for
not
that
out
one.
yet.
The demo is not out yet. That's true.
I keep going to find if it is, and it's
Oh.
not.
Yeah, but
It
maybe
always says like gold edition though, or whatever.
but
so
maybe it'll be in the direct.
might be.
Mario Maker something.
Right.
Xenoblade. Something Xenoblade. We have not seen any Xenoblade stuff for quite some time, and I would love to
Right.
see some new Xenoblade shit. I
And
didn't
that's
put.
sort of been a Switch like staple.
Yeah, I want to see what the fuck Monolith is doing for their own shit, because seeing like how great like Donkey Kong looks and how great Star Wars Outlaws looks and all this stuff, I'm like, I can't wait to see what Xenoblade looks like, because it's going to look awesome.
Yeah. So you think it'll be Xeno 4, or are you just saying Xeno in general?
I'm just saying Xenoblade because I don't know. They may even change it up, because they did say Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was like the end of that story or whatever, so then maybe they'll switch it to something else, but I don't know. I want to see what they got planned. I mean, I don't know if this will necessarily happen in there, but I'd really like to see it, is the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection fucking release date. Put that somewhere. They keep showing shit, but not the release date. So it'd be cool if it was on this. It was on the direct. They're like, oh, hey, this is when it's coming out. There's been, I don't know if you saw, there were rumors around, people saying that there were going to be 3 games with 7 in them happening during this direct. Did you see that by chance anywhere? There's this whole thing.
3 games with 7?
Yeah, 3 games that are the 7th version or whatever, or they have 7 in the title. And my one for this...
Is this some kind of sign of the times shit? Like,
yeah. I mean, God is 7, right?
God is 7. Yeah, God is 7.
You know
God
the
is
song.
7.
Yeah. Because monkeys go to heaven.
Right.
So the reason I put this on here is I put Resident Evil. That we're going to have a non-cloud Resident Evil game. But I'm thinking specifically Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil Biohazard will be the one. And that'll be year 1-7 from there. I'd really like to see Tokon Souls come to Switch 2.
So what is Tokon Souls? I thought when I saw that, I thought it said like Token Souls, like there was going to be a Token Souls game for the direct, because there's always a Souls.
Oh,
game.
sure. Yeah.
What is Tokon Souls?
I probably have a better chance with that. No, Tokon Souls is is like the Marvel fighting game that's made by the guys who did Guilty Gear, and it looks really cool.
Okay.
It's
So it
like-
has nothing to do with Souls.
It's like an animated fighting game. I think it's a PlayStation console exclusive, but I still hold hope that maybe it'll show up on Switch 2 at some point. It's called like
what an odd name.
It's
for
called like
Marvel.
It's called like Tokon Fighting Souls. Yeah, everybody was talking about why it makes no sense, like as a title for that game or for that type of thing.
Just
but
seeing
whatever.
the title, yeah, obviously I went elsewhere with my thoughts.
Yeah, Tekken 8, just because one of the main Tekken guys said that it would be beneficial for them to bring it to Switch, but it'd be difficult. But I mean, make it happen. You'll sell some.
I think they can make it happen.
You'll sell some shit. Dusk Bloods. Remember that game?
Yeah, more info about that. It
more-
said 2026, but
Yeah, well, I mean,
We could talk
why
about
not?
it.
More Dustblood stuff. One thing I really think is going to happen, and I mentioned it last week, Marvel Rivals on Switch 2, because Marvel Rivals is coming out on Friday for PlayStation 4. And if you're making this game for PS4, why are you not making it for Switch 2? And if it's not on Switch, I'm going to fucking dust off my PS4 and download it, because I've been wanting to play this game for a long time, and it was not available for anything that I had. And it's like a character, it's like a hero-based shooter with a bunch of Marvel characters in it, but it looked like a lot of fun, so I'm going to, hopefully that'll show up on Switch too. If not, I'm going to play it on PS4. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, we need to see more about that.
Yes, that's on my list.
Even though I've seen that people have played better versions of it, it's running better. Like I said, that seems to be the cycle of everything. You see an early version, doesn't look great, next time it looks better, when it finally comes out, it's even better. So I think we'll see more about that game. It doesn't have a release date, and it's supposed to come out this year, so we should see that. Trails in the Sky First Chapter, of course. We should see stuff about that, because that's coming out next week. I've been counting down the days. I think we'll see something involving the Yakuza game series, because we've seen that in like almost every direct. So, and we got Yakuza Kiwami 2 coming out in November, and Kiwami 1 Switch 2 edition, and Zero's out, and there's a billion other Yakuza games, so I thought I'd see some of that. And continuing on with the 3-7s, I don't know if you saw anything about this, but there's been rumors out there for a long time that they were doing yet another remake of Dragon Quest VII. So I put it on here just in case that happens. Which that'd be kind of wild to just go straight to 7 and skip 5 through 6. That'd be kind of mean. But I don't know. I had a great time with 7 on 3DS. I don't know if I have enough money or if I have enough time to play through it again, because I put almost like 200 hours in the 3DS game. But I do like that game, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So maybe we'll see Dragon Quest 7 tomorrow.
I would love it.
Yeah.
More Dragon Quest on Switch, please.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably I should have put Dragon Quest 1 and 2, because we'll probably see that more than this one, but I kind of went with this whole like 3-7s thing just for the fun of it. And speaking of 7s, Final Fantasy 7, I didn't put Remake or Rebirth, but I think we'll see something from the Final Fantasy 7 stuff.
Especially since we already have Final Fantasy 7 on Switch too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Remake Integrate is coming to Switch too. And Square said a bunch of stuff about, like, not completely confirming it, but pretty much saying that Rebirth is coming to Switch too also. So,
yeah.
So, we'll see more Final Fantasy 7 stuff. Mario Kart DLC, John already said that. Ease 10, Proud Nordics, see some stuff about that. I did see a preview of it running in 120 FPS. Interesting thing about that game, it's actually a Switch exclusive. Like the
Switch
Proud,
or Switch 2?
The Proud version. Yeah, I think the Proud version is Switch 2 exclusive, but it's not coming to PlayStation. Is basically what I think is interesting, because Ease 10 is on PS5, but Ease 10 Proud Nordics or whatever is only coming to Switch 2. It'll be on PC also, but just as far as consoles go, it's only coming to Nintendo, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Big one I would love to see, Doom: The Dark Ages, please. Put it on Switch too. I want to play that game.
So that's like one of the main Doom games, but hasn't been on the Switch yet.
Yeah, Doom: The Dark Ages is the newest Doom game. I think it came out this year, and it's just it's supposed to be like in an older timeline of the Doom world, but you have like a shield that has it looks like a shield with like knives all over it, and you can throw it at people and cut their heads off.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, it's done what I wanted the Doom series to do. So, like, Doom 2016 was really great. I love that game. It was, like, my number one game of the year for that. And, Doom, the second Doom, whatever it's called, Doom Eternal, was just too much, like, platforming and jumping and all this other crap. It was too, like, fast-paced, and I just didn't like it. Doom: The Dark Ages goes back to, like, what Doom 1 was. Like, the more slow-paced, like, let's beat the shit out of guys, and we don't have to do all this crazy platforming or whatever. And I hear it's great for anybody who didn't like Eternal like me. So, but yeah, it's supposed to be like, older times or whatever, and there's dragons in it. You get to ride dragons and kill people and kill demons. So I think it looks awesome. New GameCube Nintendo Switch online game, as I said earlier. Pokemon, any game, any one of them, probably Legends. Splatoon Raiders. Remember that game? Was announced a long time ago. I think we can see more from that. And just because it's been a long time, I put a new Yoshi game at the end here on the corner, because we need some
Yoshi
more Yoasters.
Staple World or something. I don't know. Yoshi's Construction World, where he's made out of drywall.
Yeah, Yoshi's Puppet Land or something. They're all puppets. It'd be fun. So that's mine. But yeah, Splatoon Raiders. Like we saw like a trailer and that's it. But I think we'd see more. What you got on your card that hasn't been mentioned yet, or just go through them, whatever.
Yeah, I'll fly through it. Elden Ring, you mentioned. Viewfinder, I can talk about that here in a second because I've played it. Blueprints also.
Oh yeah, Blueprints. I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that one on here.
I literally just said
play it.
I said new NSO game, but I meant something along the lines of Mario 40 or whatever y'all were saying, like a new NSO game that's specific to it's not part of the virtual console, but it's part of the service. And I said, more GameCube games, NSO, of course. Then I said Chrono Trigger because it just turned 30 this year.
Yeah, and there was
what happened.
There was all that news about. Well, it was like that it was happening, but it ended up just being like a mistranslation or whatever, and where there might be a remake of it. But at least, yeah,
I threw that on there just out of hopes.
They could at least put it. Yeah, they could at least put it out there, right?
All right. Then I said Hades 2. We've said that before. New 3D Mario. We've said that before. More Switch 2 graphic updates. Just along the lines of like, what happened to Zelda and all that. Like, just like updates. Maybe even less like that. Just like, hey, here's some more Switch games that have been upgraded for the Switch 2.
Oh, yeah. I definitely have to see that.
I still think they're going to put a Nintendo Music app on the Switch itself. Like, I'm surprised they haven't done it yet, but I put that as one of my thingies.
You know what? You know what I'm really surprised they haven't done yet? YouTube. There's still no YouTube app for the Switch 2.
Well, you can use the YouTube from the first one.
You can.
So it's still YouTube, yeah.
You can't. Well, if you have a Switch 1, you can use it, but you can't use it on your Switch 2.
Really? I guess I haven't tried.
Yeah, I know. I tried. Like none of the video, because I tried watching Hulu and I tried watching YouTube on there, and none of them work.
Well, I believe you. I haven't actually tried because I usually don't use my Switch for that.
Yeah, you normally don't have to, but like when I'm like in a hotel or something, and I want to watch stuff on the TV and I can't stream it or whatever, I would try to do it. Or like when our internet went out, I tried to just because I could connect my Switch to my phone or whatever, but it wouldn't. Yeah, I couldn't play anything.
The next thing I said was Mario Movie 2 update. Figured that would happen. I think we all did pretty much. Next, I said a hardware add-on just because there's been all these patents going around and then there's that second USB port, which obviously they're using for the camera. That was sort of what they showed off for like the Nintendo branded camera, but I'm expecting some other accessory for that second USB-C port. Then I've got my free space, which we all have.
Free.
Next, I said rare replay.
Yeah, there's.
I'm going to keep saying that.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Then I said Nintendo World Update, which I feel would fall into line with what John was saying about Nintendo World Europe or whatever. Mostly, I'm just excited about going there next week, and I want some kind of news to surround it. Next, I don't think either of you said this. DK Bonanza downloadable content.
Yeah, no Bonanza DLC.
Yeah, I think they're going to announce something to download for the Bonanza, whether that's no matter what it is, it'll be something. Just because that game kind of was a flash in the pan, as great as it was, everybody just like mainlined it and then stopped playing it. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you mentioned on this show that it was like joyless banana collecting, and it's kind of. Yeah, I kind of like fell out of it. Like I was like, well, I mean, I had other stuff to play too, but I was like, I don't care anymore.
I mean, once I saw credits, going back and completing it just didn't feel that important, and it's joyless, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, I like doing it, but there's other stuff I'd rather be playing than that.
Next, I did say Wii Virtual Console, like
you too,
John did, and the reason I said that is because it's in the same line of my bingo as the hardware add-on, so there would need to be some kind of hardware add-on to make Wii Virtual Console.
Yeah, to make
function.
To make the pointing work right.
Yeah. Next, I said Splatoon 4 because
Splatoon Raiders.
I never expected Splatoon 3 when it happened. Like Splatoon 2 is like, not launch, but it was like very early on in the Switch's life. And then Splatoon 3 being announced, like, I don't know. It feels like Splatoon 4 should have been like launch Switch 2. So I'm kind of waiting for that to get announced, even if it's just like a splash screen or something. They're gonna say something about Splatoon 4. Next, Metaphor ReFantazio. I'll keep saying that until they announce it.
Yeah.
I think it'll play on Switch too. Next, also similarly, Claire Obscure.
There's been
A
some
lot of people's game of the year.
Yeah, they kind of talked about that a little bit too. The developers said they said it'd be a challenge, as most people would say, but they didn't rule it out. And I think recently they said the developers said they had never really played much Nintendo systems. It was mostly PlayStation growing up, so they weren't really big fans of Nintendo. But
Are you talking about ReFantazio?
Claire Obscura, the Claire Obscura.
Oh,
guys.
right.
Or,
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea if it would work,
Yeah.
but they would make a shit ton of money if they sold it on the Switch too. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd check it out for sure.
Next, I say Final Fantasy 16, just because I think it can probably run on Switch 2 in some fashion.
Well, yeah, if they're bringing Rebirth and Indiana Jones and all that, they can make it happen. I'm
It's
sure.
also one of my corners of hope because I really feel like they're going to bring it to Switch. Skies of Arcadia, joyful.
Yeah,
Or joyful. Wishful thinking, I should say, but also joyful thinking.
that's a great game. I would love to see that original or whatever. They did.
And there's not like there's not a Dreamcast Virtual Console, but I guess they could throw it on the GameCube. They probably won't.
I mean,
probably it would be released as its own thing that you have to buy.
I would buy it just because I like that.
I would
game.
as well. I would buy it for you because I lost your
Oh,
original
yeah.
copy.
There was some sort of like copyright thing or something where Sega
Okay.
redid the license of Skies of Arcadia or whatever. This was like a long time ago, so you never know. It may be out there somewhere in the world. They're working on it, maybe.
Yeah. Next, I said Prime 4 release date. I think all three of us said that.
We need it.
Then I said Donkey Kong 64 because why the fuck has that not happened yet with Bonanza? Yeah. I thought that would be like a promotional thing, but it hasn't happened yet. So I think they're going to bring it to the mature app, and there's going to be blood now. There's going to be blood bananas you have to collect.
Yeah, it'll be like Conquer or something.
Yeah. And then lastly, Baldur's Gate 3. Another one of those games I'm going to hang on to, like that really would make so much sense on the Switch too. Like, especially with the mouse controls, like, damn, that game would be so happy on the Switch too if it ran well. But also for multiplayer and stuff, which a lot of people just have their own like campaigns they play where obviously there's a story and stuff, but they'll like add their own. Since you're creating a D&D character, you can have your own backstory and kind of intersperse it into the gameplay. And I think the Switch 2 is a great spot for Baldur's Gate 3. Like, handheld, come on now.
Yeah,
that game, handheld, where you can play with your friends. Like, you would basically have a D&D set everywhere you went.
Sit at a table, put it on the, put your little stand up or whatever. You make it work.
I have high hopes that Baldur's Gate 3 will show up on the Switch 2 eventually. That's why it's at the bottom right corner of my bingo card.
Yeah, you did the corners of hope. I guess I didn't really do that. I was trying to actually win this time. I was like, the sevens, they're happening here. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you've been obsessed with sevens like ever since you saw that Jim Carrey movie.
I mean, 7 is actually my favorite number. So maybe it has something to do with that. Anyway, yeah, that's our predictions. I guess we'll just we haven't really talked about what we've been playing, so we could do that. We don't have to talk about the Acclaim Direct because I didn't watch it.
We also, news-wise.
Plus, that's a lot of. News-wise, we kind of already did it with the Nintendo Direct stuff.
I agree.
So, but yeah, let's talk about what we've been playing, and then we'll probably be done then.
Yeah.
I've been. As of your question last week, Jeremy's question, there are bosses in Forsaken 64.
Cool.
I think like the second level has one. Like it's pretty early. You hit one pretty quickly. Yeah, I played around with Forsaken 64 for a while last week after the show. I played through like the first like 5 or 6 levels. That it doesn't seem like there's that many levels, but I didn't beat it yet. But I think I probably could. Yeah, you're like in this like sort of maze hallway thing, and yeah, I had to fight a boss in one of the levels. I had to fight a boss, and then I had to get a bomb, and then I had to drop a bomb, and then I had to leave the level. Like that one was probably the hardest one that I played.
Wow.
But yeah, because you have to remember where you're going, and there's not really maps. So I'm
And it's all like you're going through a bunch of intestines or something in
Yeah.
3D.
I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised I actually made it out with that one because I had no idea where the fuck I was supposed to go after I dropped the bomb. But you can rewind. I did actually do the rewind on this with the bomb thing. Where like I went the wrong way and I rewind and go a different way. So I did use the rewind finally for the 64 app, which is cool. And the game has like little to no story. There's like a couple lines of there's like a text. There's like a paragraph at the beginning that'll be like, "Hey, you got to do this in this level." Or you got to do this, and that's really all it is. Like, there's not really much else, but I think it looks pretty good for what it is. It's controlling. It's like a first-person shooter in 3D, but you're like a floating, you're like a floating space cycle thing moving around.
I mean, given its place and time, like on the 64, it had to have been pretty impressive at the time. Like you're in a full, not only XY, it's a full XYZ sort of axis you're traveling around on and keeping track of in your head.
Yeah, I mean, I like it for that way, and I kind of messed around with the different controls, and I think I switched it to where whatever like the last one was, where I like move. I think I move around with the C buttons, and then I like kind of tilt with the stick, and I used my like 64 controller and all that with it, and I think I did okay, for what it was, and I'm just happy it's on there, even though it's a silly game, but I like these weird first person games, so cool. And I saw that what was it because Night Dive Studios did do a re-release or a remake of Forsaken 60, or just Forsaken, not Forsaken 64. But I did see them retweet that Forsaken 64 was on the Nintendo Switch online service when it happened. So that's cool, I guess. I'd still like to play their version because they do a really good job of optimizing the games or whatever. But yeah, I played that, and I finally got. The circle is complete, or the triangle is complete, whatever you want to say. I finally got my third dock. So I have 3 docks now. 3 Switch 2 docks. So now I don't have to switch them from TV to TV. This beautiful Switch dock, it came from Play Asia. I got it before they added the tariffs. I guess they're doing the tariffs now, but I got it tariff free. But it's in Japanese, but it works fine. That's one thing. Remember that when you're in Japan. I know you already know that, but everything is much cheaper there than there is here. So if you can buy things that you can use here, do it. Like I bought my Sega Genesis Mini, or I guess it was the Mega Drive Mini there, but it was like half the price there than it was here, and it came with 2 controllers instead of 1.
You better believe I'm looking for a micro on there, and a Wonder Swan.
Oh yeah, at the Super Potato and all that. But even aside from that, like if you could buy accessories or whatever. Most stuff is cheaper. It's cheaper there than here. And if it works, if it works both ways, get it there. And let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, Star Wars Outlaws. So Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, I want to hear about this game.
So Star Wars Outlaws came out last Thursday. I really wanted to play it after we were done recording, but it didn't come out until like 2 p.m. the next day, and I had to work, so I didn't get to play it until later. And also I had to edit, so I didn't get to play it until like Friday. But
so this is a new game, or is this like been out for a little bit elsewhere and it's now on the Switch 2, or was it like on PC? I'm interested because I thought for sure this was the one. I thought this was a different game. I thought this was. I later found out it was the Fallen Order game. I thought it was.
Oh no, yeah, those are older. I think this came out last year. Actually, I think it's not that old. I think it's like one of the. I think it's one of the.
Well, what was that one that came out for PS5 like a year or 2 ago that everybody was into? It was like.
Yeah, Star Wars Outlaws came out in 2024, so it's barely. It's just a little.
It's not the same game I was thinking.
It's just a little over a year old. Like the original game came out at the end of August last year. So
was it on like PS5 and
Xbox
One and all that?
It was on it was on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, but there was no PS4 version. Like that's why what I thought was interesting, but. Star Wars Outlaws is basically like, I mean, you could say it's kind of a Star Wars Grand Theft Auto, sort of, except you can't steal cars.
Is it a sandbox?
It is a sandbox game. Yeah, it's an open world Star Wars game, and it's a lot of fun. You start off as this lady Kay Vess. That's her name. She introduces herself to everybody. It gets a little annoying, but. I guess she gets better later in the game. I don't know, but you have this little cute, like cat-like character or whatever. You have this animal that hangs out with you named Nyx, and you can actually you can send the pet out to like distract people or to like go through vents and grab items for you or open doors for you and stuff like that. So I guess that's kind of like a fun extra thing. I played this whole like mini game where we went out to eat and I did all these different buttons to make the animal eat the food, and then I got
You had
like
to go put pepper on the shrimp so that he would choke on it, and you could get your children back.
no.
That was Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, it was nice. No, I was eating like these weird like corn on the cobs or whatever, and I had to hit a button for the animal to like catch the food in their mouth and all that. And once I did it, I got like an achievement for it's like entertain Nix in a certain amount of ways. They have like these interactive achievement sort of things where it's like do this a certain amount of time, and then you unlock like an ability for that, which I really like that sort of stuff in games. So that's fun. But yeah, you're this. You start as this character who lives in Canto Bight, which was a place from The Last Jedi, if anybody know that game. You live in the attic of a bar, and I guess the bartender was friends with your mom, and he's taking care of you there, but you kind of suck. You're not very good at doing your smuggling jobs or whatever, and he really wants you to leave, but you have no money to yourself, but you end up taking a job. You end up taking a job which involves you you end up getting involved with like the Rebel Alliance, and there's a big like, there's a big bounty on your head where they want you killed, and you end up with this ship that you steal from another person, and you end up with this random planet with a broken ship. And
So you're basically like a loser. That
kind of, yeah, you're a loser that have to build up your stuff. So you end up on this planet with nothing, and you have to take jobs from different people. And the thing I really like about it is there's like this whole reputation aspect in it. There's 3 different gangs in the game. There's the Hutts, which you know them, of course, the Jabba the Hutt's people. And there's the Pikes, as they call them, and there's Crimson Dawn. So if you don't know who Crimson Dawn is so if you ever saw the Han Solo movie that came out, the lady who played Khaleesi from Game of Thrones who's in there, she starts Crimson Dawn after that movie. In the very end of the movie, Darth Maul shows up and says, "Hey, join my club." And I think that was his club, was Crimson Dawn. Anyway, like when in the comic books, when Han Solo gets turned into carbonite, the new story that's not Shadows of the Empire is that Crimson Dawn helped Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker find a way back to, get a plan to go to Jabba and break him out and all that stuff. So they're a big part of the extended universe or whatever. Anyway, they're in this game. So you do different jobs for different people, but you can turn on them like in the middle of the job. And there's this like, there's like a meter for how well you're liked by each of these different groups. And they own different areas of the world. So like say if the Pikes don't like you and you end up in Pike territory, if your reputation is bad enough, they will try to kill you when you're there. But if you have a good reputation, you can walk around and nobody will try to kill you. But if you go in there and you have a good reputation, you start killing everybody, then you'll get a bad reputation and you won't be let in anywhere else. So that's kind of how it works. But you can
Very Grand Theft.
But you can sell information to them to make them like you better, and you can also do like side jobs for them to make you make them like you better. And there's different ones that will get more. But also like you could like take a job for the Hutts, and then somebody from Crimson Dawn would show up and be like, "Hey, fuck them. Why don't you go with me and not do that thing?" So then your Crimson Dawn stuff will go up and the Hutts will go down. I'm just basically trying to just get my reputation good enough to where I don't get shot at whenever I come in a certain area. Because in the main like cantina type area, there's like a big giant bar that you can walk around that has gambling. You can play Sabacc. That was a big card game that they played in
Would you say it's kind of
in
a
the Star
hub
Wars
area?
It is, yes, it is a hub area. But there's all this different stuff you can do, but there's parts that are controlled by different groups, and if you want to go in there and do things without getting shot at or having to sneak around everywhere, you want to keep your reputation good with everybody. But it looks great. Supposedly it has ray tracing on it. The Nintendo World Report said that, and Digital Foundry. I'm not really ray tracing savvy, so I can't really tell what it is, but I think it looks good for what it is, for the Switch. It's like a big open world, and eventually, like I just got I just got a hyperdrive for my or warp drive for my ship. So eventually you can leave the planet and go to other planets, but I haven't done that yet. But you can go to space, and there's like stuff that you can land on in space, or you can fly around and do missions out there. And it feels seamless. There is like a cutscene of you like going through the atmosphere and all that. But you can get in your ship and sit down and say take off, and then your ship will take off out of the planet and then be in space, and then you fly around outside the space. You come back to the planet, you press a button, and then it does a cutscene where you go back through the atmosphere and land, and it's all kind of seamless. It doesn't.
That's pretty cool.
If you don't like fast travel, there's no loading whatsoever from one area to another, which is really cool. So it's like really, and it feels really big. Like the levels. This one planet that I'm on, it feels really big, and apparently there's 5 other planets that I can travel to as well, including Tatooine, of course, because Tatooine's in fucking everything. But but apparently it's good if you're good with the huts. It's good to be in Tatooine because you can do a lot of stuff there. But
what about Hoth?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't look at the planets because I didn't want to.
This
see.
reminds me of that movie where in Hoth, where like cold.
Yeah, this is like Hoth cold. No, I didn't want to see any spoilers. I just was trying to figure out like, what I should do about the different groups. And eventually I was like, well, I should just try to be good with all of them so I can just stay in their territory and they won't try to kill me. But it's. I'm good with Crimson Dawn. I'm good with the huts, but I'm still bad with the pikes. But the pikes kind of suck too because they work with the Empire. So maybe you don't want to be friends with them. And there's Imperial controlled areas too, right? And you can't get good with them. That kind of works more like Grand Theft Auto, where there will be where they'll like if you get there and you're wanted, it'll tell you right then when you get there that they're after you or whatever. So you can shut down alarms and take out different stormtroopers to get your wanted level down. But most of the time, I just kill everybody in the Imperial areas. But yeah, and there's a speeder. You have a speeder that you can use to drive around the area. You can get upgrades for that. It's got boosts. There's races that you can do with it. I don't know. Yes, it's a Star Wars sandbox game. I've seen people online call it a Han Solo simulator, and I guess that's kind of what you could say about it. You can even wear Han Solo's clothes if you want to, this is the gold edition, so you get all the DLC stuff.
Can you decide not to have a son?
Not what? I mean, you don't have kids.
Can you be Han Solo and decide not to have a kid?
Oh, to not have a munchkin face or whatever from yeah. I mean, she doesn't have any kids, so I mean, you have Nyx. I guess that counts, your little cat character that you carry around. But yeah, that was my nickname earlier, the Nashada Thief pants, because that was what I just bought in the game. And they're special pants that make you quieter when you sneak around. It's funny shit like that. But no, I mean, I like it a lot. It reminds me of back in the day when Star Wars games were cool. Back when Star Wars was cool. I don't know. It's fun to have a big open Star Wars world to run around and fuck with. And I like the third person combat. I guess when it originally came out, people didn't really like the stealth mechanics, and they kind of toned that down a lot. There's this rhythm mini game that you have to do to like hack through doors and stuff like that, and I could see that be annoying for some people. It doesn't bother me, but you can turn it off if you don't like it. Like there's a shit ton of accessibility options in this game, and right at the beginning of the game they ask you if you want to mess with any of them or not. So, but I'll give it to them. There's a lot of things that you can do with like color blindness and like screen flashing and all this other stuff in there that you can tweak to make it. And you can do it. You can make it like story mode, as they call it, where it's like not really hard, and you can just play through the game and just get just enjoy the story and whatnot. And the story's pretty good. I like it so far. Like it's pretty much just trying to you escape this planet. People are chasing for you to try to kill you, and you need to get enough like money to fix your ship to get off the planet. That's kind of what's happening right now. But I'm sure eventually you're going to end up finding the Rebel Alliance and getting involved with that. So far, I haven't really seen anybody from like the main story yet, but I'm sure somebody's going to show up. I mean, if we're going to Tatooine, I'm sure we're going to see fucking Jabba there at some point. But I got with the DLC stuff, I got like Boba Fett's armor, like you can wear that, or like like I said, you can wear Han Solo's clothes and extra shit. And I know there was DLC missions with Lando that you can do later. Like there were 2 full story DLCs that I think are like 4 or 5 hours, which I don't know how exactly you get to them. Maybe I'm not quite there yet, but it's all included in this version, and it's only $60, and it's less than like 20 gigs, or it's around like 20 gigs for the download. And they said the developer said something interesting about the key cards. They did actually come out and say that the reason that they chose to have the physical have a key card and not a regular cartridge is not because of money, but because the game would actually not be able to run right on with the Nintendo cartridges. Because they said just because the way it works and the loading just wouldn't be fast enough, because of, I guess the game really relies a lot on that like DLSS stuff or whatever. And they just said that it just wouldn't be able to run right if they did put the full game on the cartridge. So there's actually somebody who has a legitimate reason to be using a game key card or whatever. And there's like a whole like 20-minute video of like Digital Foundry talking about it and how that's real and all that. But I just thought it was interesting that they actually flat out said like, we could have done it like that, but we didn't want to because the game wouldn't run right. So it's kind of interesting that it actually is better to have the game installed on your system than to play it off of a physical card and all that. So, but yeah, hopefully the demo like gives you some stuff to fuck around with, because I think it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I like it.
I just want to see this. This game supposedly is not a flagship, but it's definitely a thing to show off the hardware that I want to check out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a PS5. I don't know all the terms or whatever, but I did watch one of those Digital Foundry videos where they did the comparisons and whatnot, and I think it looks good. I mean, I don't know, like it looks good to me. Like it's got some really cool shadow effects and colors and all that stuff, and I think it looks nice. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's like the best looking Switch game, but Digital Foundry said that, and they know shit. So I mean, it's an impressive port, is what I've heard. So hopefully everybody will get to try it eventually.
I'll throw it on my radar.
And they did say a demo is coming. They just didn't say when. Hope maybe it'll come during the Direct. Who knows?
It could, and listeners will know.
Yeah, but that's what I've been playing more than anything. I already got I put 12 hours into it, so I've been I worked like 5 days in a row, but I still tried to stay up and play like a few hours of Star Wars Outlaws a night because it's fun. I was having a lot of fun with it, and it's got some really cool levels. Like it's it's an open world game, but it still has like kind of linear stuff in it. But it does have it has specific areas that are like built, that are like levels that are built really cool that you have to go to, that are constructed really well and that sort of thing. Like when you go to like the Imperial space station or whatever, like that was really cool. Like they have really cool when I got the warp drive, I got that from this really old ship that was like falling apart, and it's all like that was really cool. And there's a lot of like climbing and platforming and stuff like that. One thing I do kind of miss is I wish it was a little bit more like Breath of the Wild, where you could kind of like climb anything. You have like a grappling hook that you can climb up stuff with, but only specific spots. It's not like you can't use it anywhere. And I've been frustrated sometimes where I'm like, it'll be like, hey, there's a treasure up there, or there's supposed to be a treasure up there, and it's like a mountain, and I can't figure out how to climb it. And I wish I could just climb it. So it's kind of annoying. And there's a map you can check, like the road map and all that, but it doesn't always work. So I guess that's some of the stuff that can be kind of annoying. But aside from that, I think it's really fun so far. And like I said, it's not even that old. It just came out like last year. So it gives me more hope for future like next gen Nintendo ports, or even just new games from making it to the system, because I think they did a good job with this. Like I know it runs at 30 frames per second or whatever, but I didn't notice, I didn't see it like chug at all. Like it felt real smooth to me. So yeah, I high recommend for Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, I'll play that demo when it comes out. I've been keeping an eye on it this week and checking it every day or two. See if
the demo's there.
The demo's available, but it has not been yet. But I will say this week, I did not beat anything new on UFO 50, which makes me feel bad.
Oh, damn.
Because I'm playing a lot of games on there, and I've gotten pretty far, but they've gotten too tough. But I will say I beat Pilot Quest 2 more times.
You broke the 100-hour mark too. You're over 100 now on UFO. So,
and I've become kind of obsessed with Pilot Quest because I learned that we were kind of talking about it. I don't know if it was last week, but it was recently. We were talking about like whether or not I'd be interested in playing like a Zelda.
The randomizer.
Randomizer, yeah. And that's exactly what this game does. It randomizes like where all the dungeons and stuff are. So when you play it the second time,
Oh,
everything's
really?
in a different spot. And then yeah, that's why I'm on my like fourth playthrough now, and all the dungeons are in different spots. And I don't know, I just keep playing it because it has all this idle stuff that I can have going while I'm playing other games. So yeah, that game is cool. Otherwise, mostly I been playing a lot more of Porgy, and I've gotten to the point where like my fuel has started like at the beginning again, where I'm getting like a second fuel canister, showing up at the top. And so like I've gotten to the point where I can go like wherever I want in the game. I don't know where to go anymore. There's two new bosses I've discovered, so I think I have to beat those guys. And they're pretty tough. There's a vampire squid that turns invisible, and then there's a nautilus. So I have to beat those two bosses, but I plan on doing that soon. I've been trying to face them and beat them, but haven't had any luck thus far. But I'm still playing UFO 50 a lot. But one game I played this week that was new, and I just started it a couple days ago, but it was on PS5 on the on the Plus. A game called Viewfinder, which I think we've seen before, like in like a sizzle reel or something. But
I remember hearing about it.
I
Like
kind
a
of wish
while
John
ago.
was here, because this is totally in the same wheelhouse as like Subliminal and Portal. Like, not to say you wouldn't enjoy it, Trey, but this is totally like
It's like
John's
those
kind
type
game.
of first person, but like
Yeah, so it's a first
puzzle
person
based or whatever.
puzzle game where you use photographs to overlay over the landscape and do a bunch of puzzle solving. And it's just very mind bending how it works, because you take like, well, early on you don't take a picture. Early on you just find photos, and then you might find like a Xerox machine so you can copy them, and then you can put them in multiple spots. But they just change the entire landscape of the world every time you put one down. It turns into like a three-dimensional image of the photo you took, including whatever the goal is. So the most levels like you beat by like going to a goal that you have to activate somehow to move on to the next trial. And you can actually take a picture of the goal, and that's the goal you can solve. So that can become the thing that you do all your other puzzle solving around. So it's really interesting. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than very much Subliminal. I think I like it more than Subliminal. It's very restrictive in comparison. Like, it's all based on this photo based approach, but they design levels really well. And I'm on the last set of levels, and I'll probably finish this game before I leave the country. But supposedly, according to the internet, it's supposed to come out for the Switch 2 sometime
This
before
year.
the end of the year. Yeah, quarter four.
Yeah. I saw that too. It is destined for the Switch. So, yeah, maybe we'll see that on the direct.
It's the best of this kind of game I've played since Subliminal, and I think like I said, I like it more. So it's up there with Portal as far as a game that, it's first person perspective where you're changing the actual like landscape to solve puzzles, and doing it in really unique ways where you're like flipping the photographs around and positioning them in certain ways and stuff. So yeah, it's real cool. I hope that all of you get to play it, because it's been a huge highlight of my week. Viewfinder, which I don't even know. Is it technically an indie game? I don't know, but whatever the tech they're using to make this work, I don't know how they do it. It's just so perfectly like seamless. When you place a photo, like, just the whole environment changes, but you don't notice it. And then I don't know, some of these puzzles, like, because every new level you go to introduces new mechanics, and eventually just some of the stuff you can do with like timers and stuff, it gets really mind bending in the best way possible. So I love this game. Strong recommend. Once it comes out on Switch 2, as long as it runs well, of course, it would be highly recommended to everyone. And if you have PlayStation Plus, just play it there. It's great. Yeah. Otherwise, well, I was gonna say for UFO 50, I did set my optional back buttons on my Pro Controller 2 to play Mooncat, and I actually was having a lot of fun because Mooncat just uses 2 buttons to play. So
Yeah. Did you get to where it's good? I mean, I heard
no,
I heard Reb,
I was just having more fun with
I
it.
heard Reb Valentine talking about like stick with it and it gets really really cool later. But
I haven't gotten there yet.
I haven't played UFO 50 since last week. But yeah, it was yeah, it was I was like, oh, maybe I could try that again. I was like, nah, I just want to play Outlaws all the time. So
I thought
I
about
haven't-
buying Hollow
yeah.
Knight. Silk Song, I did not.
Oh yeah, Silk
I
Song.
do not own that yet.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke
I thought
about,
about it.
that I bought the big game that came out on the 4th of September, but I forgot about making that joke because they came out on the same day, the Outlaws and that. But Outlaws was at the top of the bestsellers list on the eShop, so I think it did fine, even though it's on the same day.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Other than I'll be gone next week, I plan on maybe trying to be involved with the podcast somehow. Probably not directly, but maybe I'll send some voice notes or something along those lines that can be
Maybe so.
spliced in while I'm away. But
or we can always
yeah, in the
read
meantime,
stuff you
anyone
write.
who's familiar with Tokyo and Osaka specifically, if you have any recommendations of stuff to check out while we're there, I mean, we have a pretty full itinerary, but I would still be interested. Yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's a nebulous thing. Like, I mean, it's well planned, but what is it actually going to be? I've never done something like this before, and it's my honeymoon, so I plan on having a good time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. We had a blast there. We went out to eat like every day for, obviously for lunch and dinner. But a lot of stuff is just like walk around. Like we would just go down just a random street and just see what we could find, and we found all sorts of cool shit. Like just random stores and shops and whatnot, and just take in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's my plan. To just kind of embrace that no matter what I'm doing it halfway across the world. At least I'm not at my place doing it while I'm waiting in line or whatever.
Yeah, and bring
Which,
your.
we are going to Universal Japan, but we were not able to get our fast pass in time. And it's probably okay because it's so expensive.
Well, it depends on. Yeah, I mean, also depends on what day you're going there. Hopefully, if you're going in the week, then there won't be.
Oh, we're going on a Saturday.
Oh, okay. Then it'll be busy. Because we tried to go on a Monday because we figured that nobody would be there and we wouldn't have to wait in line. But we were wrong because people were.
It was like a holiday, right?
It was like a holiday Monday we didn't
Yeah.
know about, and yeah, we had to wait a long time for everything. That was at Tokyo Disney, not But yeah, if it's you'll probably I don't know. But
we'll see.
But it'll still be fun.
I will let you know about it. Yes, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be like, I imagine it's going to be downright spiritual to be at this place I've dreamed about being at as long as I can remember.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I would say do not listen to John and bring your Switch because that
I will be bringing
that 13-hour flight, man. It's rough.
Yeah, I'll actually probably
it can be
download
very
something
long.
new to play on the plane. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep playing UFO 50. We'll see.
It was my first 13-hour flight, so I wasn't quite used to it. What are you flying? Like what airplane are you flying? Do you know?
I don't remember.
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, we flew on Singapore Airlines. They're supposed to be one of the best ones, and we got a honeymoon cake. So hopefully, whatever plane you're on, you'll get a honeymoon cake too.
All of our stuff we're filling out for like pre-boarding and stuff has been saying our trip is for a honeymoon and like the you have to like fill out stuff in advance to go through the border and everything.
Sure, yeah. I just hope you don't run into any issues coming back, since our
We'll see.
country sucks. I mean, you're from here, but I keep hearing people from other countries talking about not coming here because of
Yeah,
the
I've been
bullshit
trying to
that we
think
have.
about that.
But I think you'll be fine. I mean, when we went there, it was so much easier to come back than to go there, because when we got here, nobody cared. But now it's a different time than then, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess Rumpy was still president then, but I mean, whatever. But yeah, no, you'll have a great time. Like I said,
Plan on
just don't try to do too many things at once. Smell the roses and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, if we decided to do like a little mini react thing to the direct, other than that, y'all ain't gonna hear from me for a few weeks. The listeners Other than like maybe if I like send a little thingy.
I would like to try to record maybe on Tuesday instead of Wednesday and get you on here for another episode before you go. That's what I'd
Possibly.
like to do. But but who knows? Stay tune in next week and you can find out whether Jeremy
Yes.
will be here or not. I would like you to be here
Yes.
for one more, but we'll see how that goes. And if you want to hear our UFO 50 NintenDomain 51 episode, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. For only $1, you can hear the full edited version with, 18 some songs on there. I don't remember how many I said I put on there, but it's a good soundtrack. And then, at the $5 level, you can hear the WART radios that have all the music on there. That will be up on the weekend for this last month, so stay tuned for that. And, whenever you come back, we're going to have a special, we were planning on having a special Japan episode, too, on Patreon. So maybe it's the time to get on Patreon. And you can do, you can get, a free week, too, and listen to a lot of stuff for free on there. We have 76 expansion packs at least, and there's some other stuff that's only available on there as well. So I'm sure it's over 80 of things that are only on that side. Lots of cool, fun, extra shit. Content that you can get from us and support the show at the same time. But
We would really appreciate it.
Yeah. But you can find us on Blue Sky at NintenDomain Podcast and at Trey Johnson and at Jared Domain and, twitch.tv/NintenDomain Podcast, youtube.com/NintenDomain Podcast. All that stuff. And we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jeremy Mikowski.
And thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time after the direct.
See you in another hemisphere.
I want all mine garment yeah.
Almost done drawing the grid.
Okay, well we'll just do John stuff. I almost called you Gon.
Gandhi.
Like
Slow down there.
No, like the monkey. Gon. Oh. Okay. Not God with a D.
No.
I don't call anybody that. All right, I'm recording.
Recording in progress.
Me too.
Cool.